you'd prefer to repair or replace it. You don't have to use the restoration company's referral. After all you've been through, you don't deserve to be pushed into something you don't want or need. So count on a business that's been helping homeowners for nearly 50 years. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've got better things to do than wait for an oil change. Jiffy Lube gets you in and out fast. No appointment necessary. All you have to do is roll into a location near you, and we'll take care of the rest. Every full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube is warranty approved and comes with a 20-point visual inspection, making sure you get back on the road safely. Find your neighborhood Jiffy Lube today. Visit jiffylubeservice.ca.
Sports 1440, Stingray Radio Station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Oiler Insider and Jersey Aficionado.
Balance. Bernie Clement, who's no more for his shows off the glove right here, Jim.
60% talent, 40% Swedish hair cream.
Poro, elbow, catch up, Poro! It's happening to Spain. Look at those wild eyes. The world is opening up for this glittering Spanish cohort. For Pedro Porro, the moment of his professional life.
It's all gas, no brakes.
Oh, God. Slowly destroyed by Miguel Vargas into the second deck.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we're here to stay.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Yes, sir. Happy Friday. It's game day. Double E taking on the Lions. Can they go to 5-1? The Open round 2 well underway. Baseball's back. We've got an NHL schedule. We'll get all into it today on the Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365. Canada just hit the biggest home run of the summer. Bet365 is available in Alberta and here to stay. Download the app. Must be 18 plus to play. If you're listening on iHeart, TuneIn, maybe you're watching on YouTube, maybe you're watching on X, any of the socials, and then, of course, listening on the AM dial. Good morning. Hope you're doing well out there. Let's have a fun day. Tom, Eddie Steele, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Cam Tate in studio. It's a full house today and a full show. Lots of great guests, lots to discuss, and we want you to be a part of it. 1-833-401-1440. Davis Sanchez from the CFL at TSN will be our headliner of the day. You got Speck hopping on at 8. Nick Ashbourne, Blue Jays Happy Hour. Gary Meyer, we're going to go golfing with the G-Man. He's going to have Kevin Black on. He's the head pro and director of golf at Redwood Meadows. Eddie, you came in here. You're fired up. You're ready to go for tonight. You got some beef with the Lions, and I like this.
Oh, the beef is real. I need this win from the Double E tonight. I need them to show up in many ways. For me personally, for the city of Edmonton.
Yeah.
You know who needs to show up? The city of Edmonton themselves need to show up. Come on down to Commonwealth. Come on down tonight. So, boys, I was out there golfing with Carius the other day.
Yeah.
It was quite the time. It was quite the time. So, first swing out there, Duke, his back like pops. So it's coming off of the night, his retirement party. So, and he shut the place down.
He did?
Yeah, he shut the place down. So, you know, he was chipper, but still, fella had a night the night before, for sure. You could tell. The first swing up, number one, hole one off the box, boom, back is just mangled.
No.
He ended up pulling through those. The fellow we were golfing with ended up having some Tylenol and gave him some Tylenol, walked it off a few holes. We walked the hole 18 too.
You did?
Yeah, because the course was flooded. So we actually only could play one side of Legends, and we just did it the 9 twice over.
Okay.
But yeah, it was funny being out with the guy KK. He's the legend, man. He's the legend. And all the stories, the infamous stories, Duke, all the armed robberies that you could imagine were pulled out on the golf course.
And was this the charity one that someone had?
No,
So
this
who were you
was
guys
with
playing
actually the owner, the creator of Legends, Ron
Oh, okay.
Lyons.
Really?
Yeah. We've had Ronnie on that.
Yeah, and he had, it's, I don't know if it's just those fellas of that ilk, but they all have those stories. They like to tell those stories. They're beyond dad jokes.
Yeah.
They're stories that lead to a joke. It's not just a one-liner. It's like they'll suck you in for a story. And I'm pretty gullible, so I believe people now.
You trust people.
Yes, I do trust people.
Yeah.
But actually, KK has me quite jaded. My trust in people has definitely diminished. KK got me good with one of them. Duke witnessed it. It was bad. It was embarrassing.
He gets everybody. Like the guy that got arrested with the overpass, that one.
Yeah, that's the one. He got me bad.
Bit hook, line, and sinker. on
Tommy,
that
he
one.
got me so embarrassingly bad.
That's okay.
And I was real with my response.
He's so sincere in the delivery.
Yeah.
And it gets you.
It's an art form.
It is, and he is excellent at it. He probably practices in front of the mirror to this day. Those stories that become jokes. And he's probably used them for the last 25 years.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. You got your outfit picked out for the night, big fella?
I was
sideline Tom.
Oh boy, looking to stay alive today. Duck out of any trouble, hopefully, like I did last week. But yeah, you got to go lighter, especially if it's 28 at kickoff is what it's expected to be. And hopefully, like I know, again, it says like chance of precipitation, but we talked about the cells yesterday on the show. We should be fine down at Commonwealth. So like you said, Eddie, we get a good crowd. People pumped up about this team. A lighter blazer, and then some lighter.
Do you have to go blazer, or is it totally your choice?
There's I asked about that a year or two ago, and 30 degrees and above is where you get
That's
to
the threshold.
throw the golf shirt on.
Thanks.
And I was like, oh, but now I'm not complaining, but I noticed like the ladies on our broadcast can go sleeveless. I mean, obviously they have more options clothing wise, and that's fine.
And legs out.
They look
skirt.
great. Oh yeah, that's
legs
right.
Out. So they're breathing.
Yeah, and that helps a lot. But I never thought about the shorts thing. I don't think that would go over well. I would have to ask. Maybe it's okay, but I'm very conscious of not rocking the boat. I'm so low in the seniority ranking.
Man, just show up, do your job.
Yeah.
I feel you, man.
I'm just a guy for them,
So I have a couple questions for you in regards to your job. Do you have to pace both sidelines, spend the same amount of time with both teams, or it's totally free will up to you?
I like to work both sidelines, but just depending on who like the PR staff or people around the other team, it makes it more comfortable. Like Francis Dupont in Montreal, I like chatting with him. He's the PR guy for the Owls. Brandon from the Red Blacks, nice to talk to, but things were going rough. Obviously, in the fourth quarter, I went there briefly and stayed away. But mostly on the outside. And the other thing too is you're coordinating with your producer and director, like for your next hit, so they want to know where you are.
Right.
And I try to make myself, consistent in where I stand, because I heard from others, especially when I went down to Calgary to do games. Different, because there's like 3 or 4 of us that basically share Calgary right now, and the crew was like, okay, well, so and so stands here, so and so moves around, so and so does this, so and so didn't realize we're supposed to shoot the interview by this locker room and that locker room. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll try not to make that mistake or make it more difficult on the crew, especially because I like doing this and I want to keep doing it.
Absolutely.
I want more gigs and games and stuff like that. So I have the ability to roam, and I do. And there's always people on the east side that are always like hollering at me. And I think Section W and Section X, and
I know some people over that way for sure, for sure.
Give them the wave.
Yeah, man.
A guy came up
Acknowledge.
to me. Yeah, a guy came up to me at the tailgate last year. He's like, "Hey, can you just do me a quick favor?" I was like, "Hey, what's up? Yeah, what do you need?" He's like, "Can you quickly, as soon as they start yelling at you when you come over to the east side, can you acknowledge them? Because they always chirp you. And I find if you wave to them quickly, they'll get it out of their system and we can all just watch the game." I'm like,
we can
no
move
problem.
on.
Sure.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a well-known thing. That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Who's calling the game?
Tonight will be Dusty and Luke Wilson, and then me on the side. So Those two have become the Friday Night Football crew, and that's why you'll see Dusty out east more, and then that's why we've had Rod Smith and Marshall Ferguson out here.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so they've moved them around a bit, and then the panel you were asking, they're here for the Saskatchewan game on August 1st.
Okay, yeah. Again, that makes sense too.
They're great.
Yeah, with Sask in town.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one. We know that Lower Bowl will be full that game.
It better be, and I hope so. And I hope it's rowdy and it's a good game. And all that could be the clash of the two best teams in the Western Division.
Yeah, beyond just first for the West, first in the league potentially.
Hey, good point. Now you brought it up, like stopping the run. James Butler, 135 and 2 TDs in Kelowna 2 weeks ago. Daryl Jabome, we had him on here, and I know it was Ottawa last week, but they only gave up like 25 yards.
Yeah, they responded well.
Yeah.
They responded really well. And you can never say, yeah, but here's the reality.
I'm sorry.
No, and I'm saying it too. It was Ottawa. And that's just the reality. They're an 0-5 team. It's pro football. Any given Sunday, as we know, you got to show up and beat who's in front of you. But Ottawa, they're not it right now. BC, they came at you 2 weeks ago and punched you in the mouth, especially in the trenches. Defensively, they took advantage of you. Their O-line beat up on your D-line and got up on the linebackers. Vice versa, they punched the offensive line of the Double E in the mouth as well. So this is a big get-back game, a big response game. Yes, you did what you needed to do against Ottawa, but you gave BC their one and only victory, your one and only loss on the season. So you got a yucky taste in your mouth. You want to get out of it. And let's be real, Edmonton hasn't had a ton of success against the BC Lions in the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
One win in 13 games. I looked this up yesterday doing my prep. One win in 13 games against the Lions. There's a shutout in there, Eddie.
Oof.
A shutout.
It's in the CFL.
Yes.
Couldn't even fetch a Rouge.
No. And those who know me know I'm not a fan of the Rouge, and I'm glad they've modified it. But yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it is rough. So I'm really anticipating this Edmonton team it's different. And we're still, even myself, I'm still not completely there yet. Like, I'm a deep believer. I love Ed Hervey, Chris Morris, I really believe in what they're doing, but I'm still in show me phase with the win-losses, right? And I love that they're 4-1, and that's amazing. Can't get complacent, but I still need to see more. So good game against BC in terms of dominating in the areas that they should dominate, that I believe they're better than BC at, which is the line of scrimmage, which was the letdown 2 weeks ago. That'll be very telling tonight.
It's going to be a good game. Brad, are you going to the game tonight?
Oh, I'm going, Tom. I'll be there with bells on. Looking forward to it. Me and the con man. I assume Declan. Hopefully we run into Eddie, maybe crossing the street on the way in.
Legally?
And I'm no, illegally. That's the only way Eddie does it. Is jaywalking.
Oh, that's the only way.
He's a jaywalk crazy man.
Once you're past those cops, you're good.
And then, well, that's exactly it. And it's like, yeah, the cops are all busy back there making sure they don't let the unverified folks past the barrier.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping to get there to a point where maybe we swing by the tailgate, maybe check in with our buddy Clark, see what Army Daryl's up to, if he's got a warm Pilsner for me or not. And looking forward to a beautiful night down at the ballpark.
Tater says he's going too. He's going to run amok in there.
And whole studio.
Yeah.
We're rolling deep, boys. We're rolling deep.
Fenny? Oh, you're in?
Oh yeah. Boy, watch out. Commonwealth.
Yes.
I
like to hear that.
Me too.
Bring it on, man. That old bird, fill it up.
Hey, I'm bringing a clan of, there'll be 7 or 8 of us coming.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm doing my part.
Hey, I asked the Lions guys this, and your experience, I think you could definitely give me some insight to it, because they kind of brushed it off, but they acknowledged the sentiment. I said to them, can you basically copy and paste the game you had in Kelowna into tonight? And I know that the Elks are going to throw some wrinkles at them for sure, but how do you view that question and sentiment?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It just takes me instantly to the Labor Day Classic and then the rematch, where you're playing the same opponent in such a short time frame. You love to copy and paste, of course. You'd love to establish the run and go for 135 on the ground and 2 touchdowns like Butler did 2 weeks ago. You'd love that. That's the game plan every week if you can have a big run output. But I think there was a lot of growth that happened on the Double E side. One of the big reasons for all the success BC had on the ground a couple of weeks ago was Jabomi, and that was his first start in the CFL. And yes, you look at the stat sheet, he had 7 tackles, an interception. He stuffed it up. He had a lot of tackles and made plays, but he wasn't as physical, couldn't get off blocks, or couldn't establish himself up with the O-linemen. He was letting them come up and creep up on him instead of being the hammer, not the nail, as they would say in football. Go and meet that thing. He did a lot better against Ottawa, and I think knowing what the little that I know about him and just the scouting that Ed does for personnel, he scouts high character guys and guys who, if you're a high character guy, you usually want to respond after a nasty output. So I'm expecting Jabomi in the front 7 entirely. We know Joel DeBlanco. He's going to play like a crazed dog out there, man. He's a beast.
Yeah.
So I think these guys are going to have that mindset where we're going to be attacking instead of taking it on the chin the way they did.
I wanted to see, I know I got the depth chart yesterday. Who did they have starting at linebacker on the other side? It is Kenny Logan. Okay. So 2 veteran guys and Jabome into his 3rd start now. I know Killam says that he attacks it. That's how he kind of described Jabome. So,
and that's what you need.
That's the character you're talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about. You're like, look, I'm not picking on the rookie. You think I had a great game my rookie year, every game out, 21 years old? No, man, you're going to have some struggle outings. But the encouraging thing is, despite an outing that wasn't maybe his best, there was still so much positive. And I think you take that approach, that mindset to the franchise as a whole. They're 4-1, and there's a lot of areas you can nitpick, and they need to clean up a lot. And that's what's very exciting about this team is the fact is there's so much to clean up, and they're still 4-1. So the sky is the limit, man. The sky is truly the limit, and they haven't even tapped into 80% of their potential. Rankin has, but the team as a whole, they haven't, man.
We've got some AI graphics for Rankin tonight.
I love it.
They gave him a sneak peek, and he's like, all right, you got to send this to me. I like it. So our producer, Chris Edwards, was like, I'll send it to you. And it was, he doesn't want to talk about the 1,000 yards in the air and on the ground. And then he saw the graphic and he's like, yeah, send that to me.
And rightfully so. I get it. You don't want to talk about it because it's not a thing. That's not important. As much as we talk about it, fans love it in the locker room. They're just trying to go week by week, get the win, and end up in the cup because that's important. Everything else falls in line if you do the right things trying to get to the cup.
Jay and Victoria texting in 1-833-401-1440 says it's going to be a hell of a game tonight. I really hope the home fans show up. I'm very curious to see the defense tonight. I want to see a lot more pressure than last. Over under on defensive sacks at 1.5. I'm so excited to come out to the Montreal
That's
game.
A great line. That's a great line set at 1.5 because the defensive line hasn't generated the type of pressure that we would like to see yet thus far. They've had a couple of good games, but again, talk about room for improvement. There's a ton of room for improvement, and I'm very critical of the defensive line. And joke's on me. I played. Yeah, go figure. But the reality is they're just not there yet, and they're a couple of guys out there fetching big dollars contract-wise, so there needs to be some production. So over under at 1.5, I'm going to say over. I think that they will get more than 2 sacks today.
All right. I like that. That'd be good. Probably a good sign and maybe an indicator how the defense is hungry and changing things up compared to a couple of weeks ago against the Lions in Kelowna. Okay, more football talk on the way. We'll obviously get to stuff on the open. And how are we doing ranking-wise going into – actually, we're well into round 2 here.
Well into round 2. Yeah. It's looking pretty dicey for a couple guys. Primarily
welcome to the club, Tommy.
Tom Kim shot 3 over today, so he's not looking ideal. He's T106. Matt Fitzpatrick, he's currently plus 2 on the day through 15, so plus 4 overall. And then McElroy is actually 3 under on the day, so he's jumped up. And then Tommy Fleetwood yet to tee off. He's still at -1. So it's Chris Goddard. He's 2 under on the day to currently sit first place amongst our little pool, but Scheffler and Siwu still to tee off.
Doing all right.
Damn it, Tom Kim.
See, the key is you don't have to finish first. You just can't lose.
Okay, well,
that's the key.
I'm in trouble here, so that's not good. All right, we're going to talk a little more CFL and tonight's game with Davis Sanchez from the CFL on TSN. We're off and running on a Friday edition of the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
No. Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
You see it? Fusion Promo Marketing can make it. Fusion makes high-quality, memorable promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. From vision to reality, get noticed and remembered. Fusion with a Z. Promomarketing.ca.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
Hi, Edmonton. The legend has been reimagined. Check out the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. With Subaru's legendary symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, impressive cargo versatility, advanced safety technology, and an IIHS Top Safety Pick Award or higher for 17 consecutive years, the Outback delivers confidence wherever adventure takes you. Whether it's the daily drive, the mountain getaway, or anything in between, the all-new Outback is built for the journey. Test drive it today at your local Subaru dealer. Welcome to Uncommon.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
The Tom Gazzola Show. All gas, no brakes. Edmonton's sports leader. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we're here to stay.
$7:22 in Edmonton. Good morning. A beautiful Friday. Should be this way the entire day, so no reason not to go down to Commonwealth Stadium and check out the Elks taking on the Lions. Edmonton, 1 win in their last 13 games against the BC Lions, but there's been different regimes in that time and probably like 190 different players in that time that have worn green and gold. Just saying. Just saying. Eddie, you're just laughing. That's fine.
Oh, man, there's probably 190 different players under the Chris Jones regime one season alone.
They definitely got over 100 a couple of years ago. That one was insane. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, and to discuss it, we're going to bring in our headliner of the day. It's Davis Sanchez from the CFL on TSN, brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing, because your pipes take a beating on game day too. Ready for overtime, even when your plumbing isn't. MrRooter.ca. Good morning, Davis. Thanks for hopping on today. I really appreciate it very, very much. And yeah, I mean, Eddie and I kind of got fired up in the first segment of the show about tonight's game. And I asked Eddie this, and Eddie said, hey, that's actually a decent question. If you're the Lions, can you copy and paste the game you had 2 weeks ago in Kelowna and implement it in Edmonton tonight after the bye week for them?
Well, good morning. First of all, good to join you guys. This should be a interesting and hopefully a beautiful night in Edmonton. If the smoke stays away and the fans come out, I think this should be quite the evening. So I suspect that will be the case. At least more improvement than than the previous weeks. But the one thing I say about last week's matchup, or 2 weeks ago now, is that was a physicality thing to me, and it was. And coming into the game, you talked to some of the folks in the Elks organization, and they even felt like this was a potential, I'll say letdown spot, but this is a tough situation. I mean, you're playing against a team that's backs against the wall. Everyone's in the hot seat. You're playing a kind of a special game in a different location. There's just a lot of things going against the Elks in that spot. And, and Eddie can attest to this. It's, you have those type of games where, the travel is an issue or a team is wounded. There's that energy and physicality of those things can take over a game more than, skill or scheme. And I think that was the case. I think that BC was just highly motivated and they were just out hitting them and being physical. And I don't think that's something that you can, copy and paste, because now you're going to be in Edmonton against a team that also has, an axe to grind.
Yeah, you made some really good points there, Davis, in the sense that desperation, right? That's something that you really can't replicate. I think of the way you would get up for a playoff game and like how you get to a different place mentally, like where you just don't even care. You'll put your body on the line because it's playoffs. Nothing else matters. So BC probably had some of that mentality. Now,
absolutely. That's a good example. Exactly.
Yeah, man. And now here we are 2 weeks later in Edmonton, like you say. What do you expect to see out of this game? Do you think Edmonton's going to come now with more of a bounce back? Because now they're going to try and get right, because they're 4-1. Their one loss is one that they tricked away to BC in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, and the conversation this week, and I'm sure you guys are hearing it also, but was it 12 of the last 13 games, and losing to BC, and Nathan Rourke has yet to lose to the Elks, and just all these type of things. And I feel like this Edmonton team, actually, I don't feel like, I'm certain this Edmonton team thinks they're better than BC. So in previous years, that might not be the case, but this year, I'm certain top to bottom, this team feels like they're more talented. They feel like they're better. And, when you feel like you're a better team and you're highly motivated, I think I'm going to see we will see a good performance from Edmonton. And I think they should win this game. I think that getting TJ Lee back and Ben Haladic back as well for BC does help and change things. But this is a game that I think Edmonton's going to play really good football.
I'm in agreement with you. So Edmonton, they're 4-1. Are you somewhat surprised? And the fellas on the panel that you're with, you ever chat off air? Are you surprised by what they're doing, or is this kind of on brand for what Ed Hervey is doing and the foundation that they're laying?
I love what they're doing. I think Ed's understands his league. I think Ed's kind of a no bullshit kind of guy, or no nonsense kind of guy.
That's real. That's real.
Kind of shoots it, and I think Mark is a guy that Coach Caleb is a guy that people follow as well, and is a good leader. So I think you have young, pretty talented guys, and the guys that you follow, I think that's the case. Now, the other hand, just to be frank, not to damper any of the flame here, but you beat Ottawa twice. Winnipeg, I don't think is as good as obviously they once were. So, really the best win is the Montreal win, right? And so for me, and then BC beats you. So, I mean, it's not, we're not talking about a dominant Edmonton team. We're talking about a much improved Edmonton team, in my opinion, at this point. But, I think look at the roster, and you guys, I'd like to get your thoughts because you see them more than me. But I do feel like they're a young group that's going to get better as the year goes on. So, that's how I see this team. I don't think that they're a, one loss team. I think that's just the schedule, and they're playing well. But I don't think that this is not the best team in the West. I think the question for me is, if they're young and talented enough towards the end of the season, are they going to be able to compete and go toe for toe or toe to toe with Nathan, with especially Sasky and with Trevor. I mean, and that's the questions for me is, even Vernon, if he's playing the way he is right now, can they put up the numbers and and go blow for blow with these teams toward the end of the season.
Davis Sanchez joining us. He's our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. And you can catch Davis on the panel tonight, as well as myself on the sidelines. Looking forward to that. And Davis, from a BC point of view, as I was getting ready for the game tonight, like they've bounced around 8 different cities in the first, chunk of this season. They've had to uproot home base twice. Buck Pierce was talking about, and obviously they've got the 1-3 record. And Kelowna was nice for them, obviously. But how much of a thorn in their sides or how much of a pain in the butt can that be for a football team moving that many people around and having to be nomadic? And I know we heard Chad Kelly kind of complain about it out in Toronto, but a bit of a different circumstance there. How do you look at the circumstances that the Lions have dealt with so far?
I think it's difficult for both of those teams. I think it's been understated. Especially if you look at the turnover of the CFL, and let's talk about if you have guys who have been in the league and they have older guys who are established, who have houses and wives and families, it's not as big of a deal. It's actually probably, they could probably dial it a bit more. You're not having to worry about waking up and changing diapers or, getting kids to school or whatever you have to deal with. You can probably focus more on football. For the young guys who are in their first few years, who are trying to rent condos and get their life situated, they're living out of a suitcase. That's, again, understated. That's a difficult thing. I said that from the beginning when these two teams had the situation. I think that they've, if they can get through this, and BC has not gotten through it very well, but if, once they get on the other side of this, I think you're going to see a different team, because this is something that we talk about travel a lot, right? We talk about the West to East games, and teams rarely have success, especially, we go East to West, you rarely have success. But this right here is unprecedented, and I'm not surprised that we see struggles.
Davis, you're a multiple three-time Grey Cup champion, multiple All-Stars under your belt, all the accolades, man. I want to ask you, as a DB, what's it like trying to guard someone like Tyson Philpott, who is absolutely in the zone right now, dominating the league, 45 catches, 719 yards, 4 touchdowns, in not even a third of the season, on pace to shatter, I should say, records.
Yep.
What's that like, man, as a DB, like lining up against a dude who's just feeling it?
Yeah, well, you asked what it's like to cover Tyson Philpott. It could have happened with me and Tyson, because we went to the same high school. If it was we're just I think 25 years apart. It was so close to being a reality. But one of the things about Tyson that I love and respect is that he's a dog. Like there's guys in this league. There's so many guys that can do a lot of the same things on rosters. Like, everyone can get in and out of a break. Everyone can catch the football. Everyone runs, 4-4, 4-5, whatever it is. But the thing that separates is two things. And I always say this: connection with the quarterback. If you have a quarterback that absolutely loves you and you're his guy, you can make an average guy, a practice roster guy on 8 other teams, could be an all-star on, say, team. If the quarterback just is his guy and that's his read and that's where he wants to go and that's where his comfort level is. I'm not saying Tyson Philpott is that at all, but he has a great rapport. He's an absolute dog. As you know, his dad's a running back. He grew up a lot playing running back. He's physical. He's tough. Watch it. When he gets smacked, he jumps up. He's laughing. He goes right back at the defenders. He does not care. He's not scared. And I think that when you have take the top off, route running ability that he has, and then also have that toughness to run between the numbers and catch balls and a rapport with the quarterback, with a waggle, it's real tough to stop. Because, again, if you don't respect the deep ball, you give him any sort of cushion, he has that, relationship with Davis, and they'll murk you. So I think that combination, and the biggest thing is he's such a competitor. So that's I love to see it.
Davis, I'll stretch it out to other parts of the league as well. You got Toronto at Hamilton this week, and then the Red Blacks. Listen, it was desolate in that locker room after that loss to Edmonton last week. And when Jake Mayer was asked by AJ Jakubic, like, how do you fix this? And he just said, I don't know. I think that was straight up honesty. And I think he was obviously feeling the pain of what happened. And it's a tough situation. But Winnipeg, they have to deal with their quarterback issues as well, with Caleros being nicked up. I know Drew Brown went in there, had a good game. They've got Elgersma waiting in the wings. But this Hamilton situation with their quarterbacks, like, do they have a hope in heck with the guys that they have taking snaps, or are they going to be maybe right there with Ottawa? Like, because that's tough after what happened to Bo Levi Mitchell.
If you're Scott Milanovich, who do you go with? Who do you start this week after last week and what you see and how you feel? Who do you go with?
Oh, my goodness, man. Honestly, I would go with Dolagala just because I've seen Trey Ford out here for 4 years. I know what that is. At least with Dolagala, and this is what I always say. With Dolagala, I'm going to get a quarterback on second down where I know he's going to at least attempt to pass to a receiver. With Trey Ford, you might hit a home run once throughout the game, a spectacular play, but there is just so much randomness. You don't know what you're going to get with him play to play, with the scrambling, the dropping back, losing 25 yards to gain 5 yards. You just don't know. Too many variables, man.
Interesting. Tom?
I honestly, I'm going to go against Eddie here, and I would take the chaos that comes with Trey Ford and just see if he can whip something together.
You like the ceiling?
Well,
yeah,
I saw it too, and I get caught up in it and excited by it. And I'm also a Cardinals fan, and I watched Kyler Murray kind of do some of that stuff. Now I don't like Kyler Murray anymore, Davis. My opinion of him has changed quite a bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I know the potential for something amazing is there, but the process and the frustration that comes with it it's a high risk, high reward. But I might try Trey, but I know it has.
And you, really Davis?
Yeah. I'm gonna stay on topic where we're at here, but I am gonna mention there might not be a duo I'm more excited to see this year in the NFL than KOC and Kyler.
Really?
He's a freak. He's a freak talent, and KOC is a magician with quarterback. So anyway, but back to this. So look, here's how I feel. First of all, I think of this. If I'm a receiver, if I'm a wide receiver, I don't want Trey out there. I want Dolagala out there because I know the ball's, to Eddie's point, I know the ball's going to come on time. If it's a 5-step drop, it's going to be, you take your 5 and a hitch and get out, or your 3 and a hitch and get it out. And that's what the timing's there. If I'm open, it's going to be there. If I'm a linebacker on this team, on the Hamilton team, I want Trey because I want a guy who's going to move the sticks. I want a guy who can make things happen on second down. I want a guy who can find a way to get us some first downs and move the ball and put pressure on the opposing defense. Jake Dolagala does not do that. At least I didn't see anything of that. So again, the ceiling, if I'm trying to win a game and I think I need to throw the ball to win that game, then, or I think if I'm Scott, I think I cannot get out of this East. With the way Davis Alexander is playing right now, I cannot get out of the East unless I can throw for 350 yards a game and score 40-something points. And my defense isn't that good, so we're going to have to do that. If that's my thought process, then I'm going with Dolagala for sure. If I have a really good defense and I think that I can grind wins out, I would go with Trey because I know if the good defense behind you, Trey can control the ball. He can get you 6-7, or if it's second down, he can scramble and get a first down. So that's my thought process. Answering the question, I would probably go with Trey. Overall, if I'm them right now, just because I don't think there's an upside for Trey. There's a big upside. I know what you're saying, Eddie. I saw the same thing you saw for 4 years, and when people tried to say that the reason he wasn't playing was because he's Canadian and they're prejudiced against the Canadian and it's absolute nonsense. It's the stupidest ish I've ever heard. That's not. If anything, it would be the other way. So I'm not. I was never buying that. And I did see some of the struggles, but he's just his talent level, the talent that you could hit with him if you got it right, if it clicked, if Scott got through to him, is just something that I'm willing to risk and I'm willing to go with, unless I have someone like Bo back there that I know is great, and right now they don't have that.
Well said, Davis. It's you, Lapo, Kate, and Milt on the panel tonight. I look forward to chatting with you guys. Thanks for the time this morning, and we'll see you tonight.
I can't wait to see your hair tonight, Tom.
Oh, buddy.
Can't wait.
Fellas like us, man. You all had that fresh shave, but I sit across from Tom and I look at that thing.
Wearing a hat
boy, that's a nice flow, Tom.
I'll get it going for you, Davis. I know Milt was giving me the gears.
Yeah, beautiful hair. One more thing. Eddie, what have you been eating? Because I saw a clip of you and you're wearing like a singlet from a track tournament, something, an elk singlet, and you look like you're absolutely jacked out of your mind here. Are you training for Mr. Olympia, or what are you doing? But looking good.
The real deal, baby. That's all me, Davis. No, for real. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I played at 290, 285, and right now I'm about 240, man. You know, I like to get after the gym a little bit of gym, a little bit of golf, a little radio. Well-balanced life.
You're looking good, pal. Looking good.
Thanks, brother.
There you go. David Sanchez, thank you, sir. We'll see you tonight.
Get out to the stadium and watch the game. Elks fans, you got a great, young, exciting team. Get out there and support. Let's go.
Amen.
Love it. That's Mr. Rooter, headliner of the day, knocking your plumbing problems out of the park. That's Mr. Rooter.ca. We'll step out for a quick breather. Get to some texts. I see them coming in. 1-833-401-1440. We roll on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
No. Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
Summit Restaurant, located in the heart of the Silent Ice Center and just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Summit is your destination for exceptional house-made pizza, delicious entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails. Cheers. Experience the perfect blend of flavor and ambiance in a modern setting. Join us for a straightforward yet elevated dining experience where our commitment to quality speaks to every bite and sip. Make Summit Restaurant your next night on the town.
Mr. Rooter has deja vu. Mr. Rooter has deja vu.
The bathroom is right over there, Mr. Rooter.
Thank you, good sir. Wait, I swear I've plunged this toilet before. It was clogged with a snow globe. Am I living in a time loop? Oh, good. It's just a voodoo doll that looks exactly like me. Whew, what a relief.
For a plumbing experience you'll want to relive, call Mr. Rooter.
This jersey was worn by the legend himself, signed and everything.
You can't just wear it.
I'm framing it with expressions and images.
Your prized jersey deserves better than the closet. Think Expressions and Images, your local custom framer since 91. You name it, we frame it.
Jason Greger isn't just a sports guy. He's a community builder with over $3 million raised for local charities. And his Greger Foundation, he's making a difference on and off the air. Check out Greger weekday afternoons on Sports 1440.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. Customer service reps on the line to get you what you need when you need it 24/7, 365 every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
We're getting fired up here in studio. Tom Gazzola, Eddie Steele, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Cam Tate. Tater says it's going to be 28 degrees come kickoff. Get your butt down to Commonwealth tonight. We're talking about Kyler Murray. We're talking about the Vikings. We're talking about playing video games instead of being in the playbook and watching and reviewing video.
I had a coach actually in Hamilton. They burned the defense that way. They gave us back in the day that they would give you out stacks of DVDs. You'd watch film on DVDs.
Yeah.
That was before the apps on the iPad. That probably came around 2014, 2015. So you take these DVDs home, throw it in the PlayStation or whatever, watch film. And on one of our defensive cut-ups, right in the middle of the cut-up, so not at the beginning, or it was right in the middle, it goes to a black screen and it says, text me at this number when you get here.
Ooh.
And it was our D coordinator's cell number. And me and my roommate, we were young and just doing all the right things, right? So we got there, we were watching film, we texted him when we got there. And then the next day in the defensive meeting, he called out the whole defense and say, me and my roommate, Ray, his name was Ray Wiladichuk, we were the only people that texted him and actually proved that we were watching the film.
Oh.
Kind of like Jamarcus Russell. Remember how they trapped him?
Yeah.
Same deal.
Was he the worst first overall pick ever?
Oh, he's gotta be. None other that come to mind like that. We're such a bust in and out of the league that fast, right?
Oh my goodness. And I think he made like 60 million.
Big money, guaranteed. Big guaranteed money.
But that was brutal. And like I was going with who was it that was giving it to me about being a Cardinals fan? That's right, King of Fort Nasty, because he's like, I'm a Broncos fan, had some hard years, but things are looking up. Like with the Cardinals, I'll stick with them through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like one of 9 people in the province of Alberta that's probably a Cardinals fan. But it's been so bad the last few years, I might get through 2 quarters, maybe into the third, depending on how close they're keeping it.
Man, Marv Harrison, he's got to do something, hey? Marv Harrison Jr.?
Yeah, but I'm looking at him going, when is he going to ask to be moved out of there?
Honestly, getting there. It's getting there.
And it's only been 2 years. Like
he's going into 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just not a bandwagon guy football-wise. I'll stick with the teams and, a lot of lean years with the Bird Gang, if you will.
Super lean.
But I didn't know you were a Vikings guy.
I bleed purple. Winnipeg, right on top.
Yeah, you could
closest.
Just drive down there and watch games.
7 hours away.
Yeah.
Grew up, probably been to about 7 or 8 games in my life growing up.
Have you been to the new stadium?
No, everything was at the old Hubert Humphrey, whatever it was, Metrodome. Yeah, the Triple H Metrodome.
We stayed in Minneapolis one time when I was at Oilers TV, and we drove by the Metrodome before they tore it down to build the new stadium. And I was like, oh, that's BC Place.
I actually used to go to some Twins games too. Kirby, he grew up watching Kirby Puckett. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was really cool.
He passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's too bad.
What really got me hooked on the Vikings, though, was Randy Moss. Getting to see him. I got to see him on a Monday night game in his rookie year. And he went for like 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I was just hooked. Had to be a receiver in my life, but kind of outgrew that position.
Nah, you did okay, Eddie. You did okay. You can text us 1-833-401-1440. The Real Duke says, good morning, team. Happy birthday. Shout out to Struddy. Many happy, healthy years.
To the Struds.
Javier Strudwick. Happy birthday, Struds.
Yes, happy birthday, big fella.
Well. This one says, Tommy, the Section W boys, can't wait to see your hair also at the XS game tonight. Elks, obviously. Always looking sharp on the sidelines there. Thank you, Section W gang. Looking forward to patrolling the sidelines, if you will. And that's their first text, so happy to hear from them.
Nice.
This is a question for Eddie from McDavie. He said he's hard on the D-line, so I'm wondering what he would say that the D-line has to get done to have a quote-unquote good game.
Oh, it's not a numbers game. We talked about how I'd like to see them get more than 2 sacks, but it's not about the sacks. It's not about the numbers. It's about the physicality that Davis Sanchez talked about in his hit there in terms of being the hammer, not the nail. That's the easiest analogy I can say to someone if you don't truly understand the game of football. Go out and deliver the blow. Don't be the person accepting the blow. So as a defensive lineman, go and establish a new line of scrimmage. Try and push those offensive linemen in front of you back. Don't let them drive you back into your linebackers' laps. So now they've crept up onto your linebackers 4 or 5 yards down the field and have them all blocked up and covered up. Go and bring the fight to them. That's the easiest way I would say it to anybody to try and understand what this defensive line has to do. bring it to them.
Yeah. D-line, you've got Carney, Brinkman, Fox, and Taylor. So no changes there, I don't think. And then we'll see Jabome again, a middle linebacker. Obviously, DeBlanco, weak side. And then you got Logan Jr. I think like the defense, we were talking with Mark Killam the other day, and he was talking about how there's been an injury, like a big injury every week for him.
Yeah.
It feels like. And last week it was David Beard. Saw Noah Curtis get nicked up, but he finished up the game. And then Mark Cordy slides in. I asked Justin Rankin if that has made a difference for him. Obviously, he's
give you the typical answer.
Well, I mean, for him, he's had success with whoever's up front.
They'll say
for
next
him.
man up.
Yeah, he's like, our guys are insane. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
You think he's full of, you know what?
Well, you do feel it. Like, for example, I just think when I was playing, if Michael Riley, our starting quarterback, and I know quarterback's different than a starting center, but still, when you don't have your big dog out there, you just don't have that total mojo with you as a team. So when you don't have that starting unit, and especially with Wood Mancy, who was a huge offseason acquisition, you have Beardo out now. So you just feel not whole, which is the reality. But the other reality in it all is next man up. Nobody's going to come to save you. You got to come out and perform. Nobody's going to come and hold your hand through it all. Corty's got to come out and he's got to show up and do a good job. And he has thus far throughout the season. He's been the best insurance policy in the CFL, in my opinion. There was talks even out of my big fat mouth about, is he worth the salary being a backup? And after I had a good chat with Ed Hervey at Carius's retirement there, because Ed was out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And man, we were just chopping it up about that. And I even said, like, wow, color me wrong totally, because you could have had two players for the same salary that Mark's getting as a backup, but you need them. You need vets. You need guys who know what they're doing out there, because you're going to get hurt at certain points in the season.
Yeah.
The Elks have gone through it right now, and hopefully this is kind of the end of it in terms of the injuries, because it's tough to sustain.
Knock on wood. Mick Davies says, I love the insight. Thanks, guys. There you go. I want to switch gears really quickly in the last little bit of this segment. I want to get at this today. LeBron making everybody wait on the NBA side here, guys. Adam Silver comes out and says, I would like him to make a decision so we can put our schedule together.
Crazy.
And get it out.
Crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Look at Fenn grabbing
Jump
that
in.
mic.
Get in there, Fetty.
Ball
Get
boy.
in there, Brandon.
Ball boy.
I was actually literally just looking at, I was reading all this stuff. And so Tyrese Halliburton, starting point guard for the Pacers, went to the finals 2 years ago, just so you guys remember, had asked LeBron, he said, oh, where are you going? He said, well, if you follow the clues, my team's already been announced. And someone on Twitter called it LeBlues Clues. He's been in the league. He's 94 years old. Just announce what team you're going to. But this is basically the cachet that LeBron has, is like, it's the biggest story in the NBA. Where's LeBron going to go? Where's LeBron going to go? It's most likely his last season. All these things, like, he still holds like all this weight. He's going to do the decision 3.0. And like, it's going to be the most watched thing on ESPN all year, basically, except outside of like the Super Bowl, like LeBron really needs to like make it fast though. Although these superstars never make their decisions quick. Just get on the mic and say, hey man, I'm going to Golden State. I'm going to play with Steph. Unless he's waiting for them to make more moves, bring in Anthony Davis or someone else. It's just time to bury this. We're done with it.
It's an ego move for LeBron, but for the league to wait for their schedule to wait on him, it's a money move. It's a total money move. It's all about the dollars and cents, man. They're just trying to capitalize on that revenue. His final hurrah tour. That's all it is.
Well, because you want to know what nights he's going to play or where he's playing, so he can go to LA on a Saturday. He gets to go to Cleveland on a Saturday, Miami, New York, like these huge markets, and then obviously Cleveland, where he started his career. But like, you need to know, all right, what's going to happen here so that we can absolutely maximize what we got going on
every penny out of it.
The cash cow, baby.
Those owners probably like, you get this right, Adam Silver.
Yeah,
you
right.
Get this right.
No doubt.
I mean, even the Christmas games are waiting on LeBron's decision.
Man.
It's silly and stupid in a way, but then it also is amazing because it speaks to the just sheer importance and scale of LeBron James, which, I mean,
he's the greatest to ever do it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Jordan guy, but what LeBron has done.
Like, I agree with you, but
yeah.
like, let's just call it for what it is.
100%. You're right. Totally. What he has done. And this is year 23 he's going into?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, man, that's so funny. Of course he's going to retire after
All
23.
things.
Man, all these little things, eh, Tommy?
Yeah. I mean, I think part of it is planned out, or he thinks of stuff like that. Because to me, every time I listen to him or watch him, like, he's a smart guy and he can speak of other things, not just, hey, stick to basketball, stick to what you know, just be a humble basketball. No, that is not how he carries the weight of the league and the sport and then some. And he does it, I think, really well. And he'll talk on touchy subjects and all of that.
And lastly, about LeBron, this is the one thing that I deeply respect. Find me a scandal. Find me something bad. Find me something negative. He's lived in the spotlight his entire career since 15 years old, essentially, and pretty darn near squeaky clean record. Can't say that for most guys.
No, you really can't. He's done his job.
I mean, you bring your own bottle to a sideline of a basketball game. That's a bad boy.
Yeah.
I'm being completely facetious.
Nice bottle of red.
Yeah.
That bottle probably costs $100K.
Yeah, probably. Okay, sure, Mr. James, go ahead.
Exactly.
Can we uncork it for you?
Exactly. Can we pour it for you?
Yeah. Let's get the team butler here for you to take care of that. Or the sommelier.
Sir.
Sir. The crystal glass today, sir. We got a text that comes in from Matt in Leduc. Says he's waiting for the Kawhi saga to work itself out so he can come to Toronto. Kawhi was in Vegas watching summer ball. That's interesting. Benny?
Yeah. All signs point to he just really he wants to be a Raptor. I don't know if he's like, man, I made a mistake going to LA for 7 years. He did, in my opinion.
7 years.
But I think he's just all in on this Raptor squad. Now, maybe it is just like him trying to, he doesn't really go out in public often or like get cited because he's just a private guy.
But he's sketchy at times.
Oh yeah, I mean,
LeBron,
like
for sure.
They were circumventing the cap allegedly, but like they were circumventing the cap, and he allegedly, definitely knew about it. And so I think this is just sort of him trying to like save face of like, yeah, well, I had no idea this was going on, so I don't care. So I'm going out to watch summer league games of the team that I'm supposed to be playing with until this all gets resolved, which it still needs to get resolved as soon as possible.
No
but
kidding.
Like, yeah, I think there's a little bit of him saving face, trying to pretend like nothing's happened. It's not his fault, things of that nature.
He just looked stoic when they showed shots of him there in Vegas.
Typical Kawhi, his laugh.
You do that very well, Eddie.
Oh, man, Kawhi, he's a trip, man. He's a trip.
Okay, a couple of texts to wrap up the segment. Sham says, LeBron needs to go away. Robert says, Jordan is the GOAT. And then another one, Dallas says, ha, 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 ha. Oh, please stop with the LeBron this. LeBron, the greatest ever, blah, blah, blah. I knew as soon as you say that, you get the Jordan guys. Listen, I grew up watching Jordan as well. He had controversies, but he was amazing. And Last Dance, tremendous. If you don't really know much about the Bulls of the 90s and what Michael Jordan did and how prominent he was and paved the way for LeBron. And now LeBron has obviously been the next generation. And you can have a great debate about it. But I see you, Jordan fans. I see you. And I recognize you, LeBron fans. So you're not going to get any malice from me towards either one of those guys. All right, when we come back, we're going to go on the mark with Mark Spector. This is the Gazzola Show brought to you by Bet365. We do need to get to a sports update first. Brought to you by All Star Construction. They shape and build Edmonton communities specializing in underground utilities like power, gas, telecommunication, and street lighting. That's All Star Construction. Here's Brandon.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Couple more RFA forwards avoiding arbitration is the St. Louis Blues and recently acquired Connor McMichael, coming to terms to a 6-year deal carrying a cap hit of $6.75 million. McMichael, 25-year-old, was acquired from Washington back in June. That sent Jordan Kyrou to DC. Montreal bringing back forward Kirby Dach on a 1-year deal, $3.6 million AAV. Dach in a down year, just 8 goals, 15 points in 37 games. Did miss 31 contests with a fractured foot. Major League Baseball returned to action last night. The Mets get a pair of home runs to top the Phillies 4-1, and the Open Championship round number 2 well underway from the Royal Birkdale. A pair of record time performances this morning as both Sam Burns and Lucas Herbert turn in rounds of 62. Herbert sits atop the leaderboard at 8 under par through 2 days. Burns currently T3 at 5 under. High Canadian at the moment. Corey Connors T23 at 2 under, shot 3 under on the day. Not far behind Nick Taylor, same spot. He's 2 under, yet to tee off in round number 2. Coming up in hour 2 of the Tom Gazzola Show, we'll be joined by Sportsnet's Mark Spector and check in with a new edition of In or Out. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free Radio Player app and listen wherever you go.
Kickoff is coming July 17th. Elks, Lions at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It's Dog Days of Summer presented by ATCO Energy. Bring your pup and watch the game in an exclusive section. Get your tickets at goelks.com/tickets.
It's cone season at McDonald's, which means vanilla cones are $1 each plus tax in the McDonald's app all summer long. Soft, creamy, and crunchy. For just $1 each plus tax exclusively in the McDonald's app. App download and registration required at participating McDonald's in Canada.
It's the Brick's 55th birthday bash, and this weekend only, the savings are huge. Find incredible deals throughout the store. Plus, the first 10 customers on Saturday receive a $55 credit toward a furniture or mattress purchase. Buy any TV 65 inches or larger and get a $55 instant credit toward a soundbar. And buy select mattresses to receive a $55 instant credit toward bedding accessories. Plus, enjoy cake and family fun on Saturday at noon and enter for your chance to win over $155,000 in prizes. Hurry in. These offers end Sunday, July 19th.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Alberta, get ready! DraftKings Sportsbook and Casino is coming soon. Soon you'll be able to bet on all your favorite sports from hockey to football to soccer to basketball and more. And that's not all. You'll also have access to a premium online casino experience right from your phone. Built for Canadian fans and players, DraftKings brings sports and casino entertainment together in one easy-to-use app. From the biggest matchups in sports to your favorite casino games, all the action is right at your fingertips. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can enjoy the action with confidence. Get ready, Alberta. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook and Casino app today and be set for launch when DraftKings goes live in Alberta. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 866-332-2322. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 or over. Physically present in Alberta. Eligibility restrictions apply. See sportsbook.draftkings.com and casino.draftkings.com for details. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Fire it up. Hour number 2 on a Friday. The Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365. Tom Gazzola, Eddie Steele, Brennan Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Cam Tate in studio. Mark Spector ready to rock and or roll as we're excited for a big weekend, and it all kicks off tonight with a nice game down at Commonwealth where hopefully some dirty deeds are done dirt cheap and the Elks come out on top doing the most dirty deeds done dirt cheap. On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. In July, you pay what they pay. You can get employee pricing all month long on every car, truck, or SUV. Stop in and see their great selection at NorthgateGM.com. Lots of football talk today, Spec. We're really pumped up for the game tonight. Obviously, we had Davis Sanchez on, dabbled in a little bit of NFL, and then we got into the whole LeBron making up his mind thing, and Adam Silver saying, please do it quickly so we can finally get our schedule figured out. And then on top of that, Spec, the NHL schedule came out. So where do you want to start? This is your segment.
So wait a second. The NBA has to know who plays for what team before they do their schedule. They're waiting for LeBron.
That is what's going on.
Yes.
And you know, this is unique, Spec, right? This is LeBron James. This is statistically the best basketball player to ever play, except for championships.
Right.
And it's a cash cow. The league's trying to cash in on this guy on his retirement tour.
That's crazy. So they won't decide who's playing like the big games on Christmas Day and stuff until they know where LeBron is, right? That's insane. Whatever happened to, like, they used to say, no man is bigger than the game, right? The game will go on when you can quit Eddie, and the game, they're not going to miss a snap without Eddie Steele. Well, guess what? Maybe it's not anymore like that.
Well, that's funny because along the same vein, and I was going to ask you this. So, Tommy, well done at just parlaying this together. Player empowerment and just players calling their shots. We're seeing it in the NHL. I'm sure throughout the course of your career in media, Spec, you've never seen it come to a point where it's at now, where players, especially young players, are able to kind of call their shots usually a little more prematurely than they would in the past.
Yeah. Hockey particularly has been the strongest. Like, when I say the strongest team sport, I'm not trying to say it's better than everybody else's sport. But what I'm saying is, like, there was a hierarchy in hockey that people held to. Like, I remember the days when in training camp, a young guy didn't blitz past an old defenseman and make him look bad. Because if he did, there was a ton of lumber coming his way, right? It was just things you didn't do. Those days are totally gone. If the old guy can't keep up with the young guy now, it's his problem. It's not the young kid's problem. If the young kid can make $18 million in Anaheim right now, he does it. Like, years ago, oh my God, even look at Connor McDavid a few years ago. His respect and his sort of his allegiance to trying to get this team to win. The greatest player in the game didn't even take a raise on a 2-year contract. You think that happens in the NBA?
No.
Yeah, right.
Not a chance. Okay. Well, we've had a bunch of people. Where do you come out on LeBron versus Jordan really quickly? Because we got a text coming in.
I'm old. I like Jordan better.
Yeah.
And I got to say, the Elks are loving you right now because it's dog days of summer game tonight where you can bring your pup down to Commonwealth. Yeah. And I hear you got one in the background there, Spec.
There you go.
Let that dog outside.
Bark at the park, baby. You can bring your dog to the game tonight?
Yeah, tonight's the night. Everybody's sitting in the end zone, I believe, is the section.
Oh, is it?
To bring their dog.
They're going to turn it a mini dog park there?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
We're taking care of a dog here, and he likes to bark, so.
Okay, bring him. Mark, bring that dog who likes to bark to the park. I hate myself for doing that. I'm sorry. Do you want to touch on the Elks versus Lions game really quickly?
Yeah, let's go, man. They're ready to go. What are they, 4-1? They've had a pretty easy start. The opponents have been not the hardest in the league. I guess they played Montreal, Winnipeg, but 2 Ottawas and 2 BCs isn't bad.
Yeah.
So if you can get through your 2 Ottawas and 2 BCs and have won 3 out of 4 of those games, that's what I would call taking advantage of the schedule maker. The tough games are coming. The tough opponents are waiting for you. So you got to knock off the maybe not as tough ones when you can. And so far, so good. Win tonight, you're 5-1. I mean, that's like getting shot out of a cannon compared to where the Elks have been.
Yep, exactly. Want to hop on that, Eddie?
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight, is everything in terms of just the revenge game. That's how I view tonight for the Double E. You lost to BC. You gave a struggling BC a little bit of life 2 weeks ago. And right now, what you have to do tonight is suck that life out of them. You're overall a better team. You're in a better situation. We know that just looking at the win-loss. But I think roster-wise, they're just have a better roster. Ed Hervey has done a phenomenal job at creating a strong depth team here because they've lost the Double E have lost a couple of key starters already throughout the season, 5 games in, and we haven't really seen them miss a beat because of the depth that Ed Hervey's been able to acquire. So in terms of tonight, honestly, Spec, all I want to see, man, all I want to see is people show up. I want to see Commonwealth get that lower bowl filled. Like that is my war cry right now. Forget everything else. Like this team is 4-1. There's no reason to not come out and support them the way you used to come out and support the Eskimos when I played just 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, you can't say they're not winning because they are. You can't say, well, I'm, it's Friday night, right? I'm looking at my screen, Tom, to make sure it's Friday night. The weather's awesome.
I didn't say anything.
I know. So you're right, Eddie. I mean, I always say this. I'll say it again. I don't tell fans how to fan, man. They're the boss. Yep. But you're right when you say they're running out of excuses. There's no question about that.
A lot of things pointed in the right direction. Hopefully it's a good one down at Commonwealth tonight. Okay, we're talking a little bit about schedules and how LeBron affects schedules. Yesterday, the Oilers had their schedule unveiled as well as the rest of the league, and they used the Young Farts trailer park show. Yeah, which is a new series, and it's gone over very well. And I was talking with VP of marketing, Dan Cote-Rose, and he's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, it's very, blue collar, very Alberta. Yeah. And he's like, people like it. I'm like, that's great. They're excited about the schedule. That's great, but it shows how I'm not as connected with that type of thing anymore. But
as you age.
Correct.
I didn't even know that was a show. So that's a show out there. It's going
to be a new reality show. So
a reality show.
Jared Kiso from Letterkenny is somehow involved with it.
Okay.
Anyway, so they get
a bit of a trailer park vibe to that. Those guys, right?
Yeah, and I think they're out of Vagreville or Vermilion, something like that. But it's gone over well. Now, here's my question, guys, and for you, Spec. Which game do you think will get more clicks on your pregame story when you write it up? Babcock in Columbus on December 27th or Darnell coming back to Edmonton on January 13th?
Oh, that's juicy.
Oh, that is juicy. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question. I think that it'll be interesting to see. The Oilers will very much downplay Babcock to Columbus, and he won't talk much about it. As a reporter, two things. They play San Jose earlier than that, so that story will get beat up a little. We'll write it before he comes to Edmonton. But the Babcock story will be an actively flame retardant story on behalf of the Oilers. They'll try to do everything they can. Like, I don't see him doing a big press conference the day before the game. They'll find a way to avoid that probably, because let's face it, that's how PR works, right, Tommy?
Yes, it's annoying sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. If somehow somebody could get to Babcock and we make it ends up being a thing when he's in Columbus. Darnell coming back, though, you could see him, especially the way he was the last couple of years, kind of downplaying it as well. And Spec, you're right. Some of the jam gets taken out of that if the Oilers are in San Jose prior to, but I thought it was interesting. I think there's 10 back-to-backs this year. Anything, did you even take a look at the schedule? Anything jump out at you if you did?
Yeah, I did. One of the things for the second year in a row, they're done going out east quite early. Okay. I think it's January 3rd is their last Eastern game. So I think that's big for the Oil. I think all of these teams out here that travel so much, I noticed that, say, Edmonton has 4 road trips of 5 games or more. There's a bunch of teams in the New York region that don't have one. Don't even have one. There's only one team in the Eastern Conference that has 4 of those. That's Ottawa. Everybody else, they just don't travel the way we travel out here. So to get your Eastern travel over on January 3rd, to me, that's huge. I thought the league, if I was Calgary, I'd be a little upset. I thought the Oilers should have closed out the Saddle Dome. They opened it back in 1980, whatever. What was it? 86, 80. The Olympics were 80.
I can.
Anyway, I think they opened it up in 85 or 86. They played the first game there. They should have played the last game there, I think. The Battle of Alberta doesn't even get a Saturday night game this year. I don't love that.
No.
I'll tell you right now, the last game of the year in Calgary, the last game ever at the Saddle Dome, is the Canucks and Calgary in a game that, I mean, it's almost 99%. They're both not going to be playoff teams, and the game's going to be completely meaningless.
Wah, wah.
Well, Benny's laughing over there.
I don't. That's not great. Like,
no,
Calgary should be playing an Oilers team that maybe needs the 2 points, and Calgary wants to win their last game, and it's on a Saturday night. Like, there's a lot of drama you could have had there that they're just not going to have.
Exactly. There could have been a lot of draw, even with the Battle of Albertas and the lack of a Saturday night. I think that there was a bit of a ball dropped in terms of, they stir up. The league has the chance, just like the LeBron, how they wait on LeBron. Well, because they want to create the drama, and the schedule maker has that control. And I think they just dropped the ball a little bit.
Got to be a way to figure that out. Calgary and Edmonton are close to each other. Vancouver could mix a game somewhere else. Hey, listen, it's too bad. I think that one of the issues here is, and I don't say this out of spite, but I don't think Calgary has a lot of pull in the New York office. I don't think people are sitting on New York making that schedule concerned about what's going on in Calgary and how we're going to get Calgary on a primetime game. It would have been up to the Flames to really push for that. I don't know if they did. I don't know if they did, but that is a sign of when you're Calgary, and this isn't me taking a shot at the Flames. I'm just reciting history here. Yes. When you're Calgary and you haven't been a top team for a really long time, and now you're in the throes of just beginning a rebuild, right? The schedule maker's not sitting around in New York going, okay, now what are we doing with the Flames? The Flames are an afterthought a little bit, and they got to get good before people are going to start worrying about them in New York. And I think that's just a fact.
Okay, the first game at the Saddle Dome, October 15th, 1983. I was trying to find the score of that damn game. And I started playing a video watching some of it. I apologize. I'll get to that. But okay, and then I had one more for you, Spec, in regard to the Oilers, because I know we're 2 months away from training camp opening up, which is crazy. But I mean, it feels like the last game was a while ago, which it was. But there's going to be plenty of Oilers discussion in the next couple months. Everything will be beaten to death story-wise. However, what do you think will end up being the big story at camp?
At camp?
Yes.
I think the big story at camp is going to have to revolve around goaltending. Unless there's a player move between now and then. Like their defense, we know who they are. Their forwards, we know what they've got. And this isn't me telling you that they're perfect and they've got everything they need. There's going to be a hole here and a hole there. Like I wish, they wish they had another top 6 winger. Maybe they'll get one, maybe they won't. But to me, it's this whole theory of what are we doing with Freddie Anderson and 2 other goalies, a 3-goal. No one, I've never covered a team that went into the season saying we are going to run a 3-goalie system all year long. Never covered one. I've been doing this for a while. So, let's say this, Tommy, you go to Seattle for 1 game. It's a 1-game shot out to Seattle and back. Do you bring 3 goalies? Does one guy stay home? Right? Do you haul 3 goalies and an e-bug? I assume they got to have an e-bug like everyone else. So they're bringing
travel your e-bug.
Yeah. So does Freddie Anderson sit at home and twiddle his thumbs while the Oilers go for for instance, they play Vancouver at home. Let's say you start Anderson. Yep. The second game of the season is a 1-game shot out to Vancouver. And let's say you're going to start Jari. Do you even bring Freddie Anderson or does he just stay home?
It burns the roster spot.
What's the roster? 22 or 3?
23.
23.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're not taking him off the roster. Like
no, I know, but it's just like, oh yeah, we have another guy, but we're not bringing him. It's so strange to me.
Yeah.
And I'll add to that with Freddie Anderson is, have we collectively, media, fans alike, accepted that like 35 starts is acceptable?
Yeah, the allotment.
Is that okay now? And I know he's not making a lot of money and he's older and he needs his rest, body breaks. But really, like 35 is the bar we're setting. Have we, or am I mistaken?
Oh, good question. I think it is time to take a fresh look at all things goaltending. Like my pet peeve for some time now has been, we have changed, Tommy. We've accepted that goaltending during the season is way more of a two-man job, right?
Fair.
It's way more of a 50-33 or whatever it's going to be, 34 split. So we get that. And then we start the playoffs and we just play one guy until he drops, like Carter Hart this year, right?
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? Either we're a two-goalie system or we're not. Why does it change in the playoffs when the games get tougher? So I don't get that. I think hockey has to figure out which way are we going on this. And frankly, if the Oilers feel like they can't find the guy, they can't find Hellebuck or Shesterkin or Sorokin or all these names we've talked about, they're never going to get that guy, or they can't get him now. All they can get is this older cat who's been injury prone. Maybe this is a smart thing to do. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to run Freddie Anderson out there for 55 games? That wouldn't be very smart, right? That wouldn't be very smart. So maybe it's time to think out the box. Maybe it's time to invent some system that can get Freddie Anderson to the finish line. And I would ask you this before I conclude: when the playoffs start, if you played Freddie Anderson less than 50% of the regular season games, you sure as heck can't think you're going to play him 100% of the playoff games, can you?
Yeah, so valid. And we're seeing this in other sports as well. And I have 2 words for you fellas, and I don't agree with it, but the 2 words are load management, Spec. Why you got to cut my grass, man? Why you got to do me like that, man? Come on, man. Let me hit my lines, Spec. Let a brother breathe, man.
All right. Sorry, man.
That's so funny. Oh, we'll see how it goes. You know what? I'm just curious. So anyway, by the way, the Oilers beat the Flames 4-3 at the Saddle Dome on October 15th, 1983. There you go.
Wow, that would have been fun. That would have been Ed Whalen calling that game on Flames TV and Rod Phillips calling it in the Oilers radio.
Classic. And
maybe like Don
Matheson.
Probably Don Whitman calling it on CBC.
All of those people are legends.
Oh, yeah, they're all legends.
They're
Ed
legends.
Whalen, come on, man.
Yeah, the Ed Whalen press box or broadcast booth up at the old Saddle Dome. I respect some elements of the Saddle Dome, but I won't miss it that much. I will say that.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? It's like all the old rinks. The view is so great. Like as a press box dweller, and I know what people pay to get such a good view at an NHL game now. It's a $300-$500 ticket.
Totally.
When I remember Rexall sitting right above the ice like that, like you could see everything, you could hear everything. The seat, like my seat and your seat, everyone's seat up there was so good in the Saddle Dome. It's the best seat in the league for a sports writer.
Yep.
And Winnipeg's a tiny little rink, and man, you go in there, and like I say, the fan equivalent of that sight line in Edmonton is a $400 seat. So that part I'll miss in Calgary, because there's no doubt going to push us way to the back. Like, I'm not complaining about Edmonton. I get in for free. I get it. But I'm like we're a time zone away from the rink. I cannot read arm numbers in Edmonton, right?
No.
Just can't read them. And most guys can't. And I've seen some play-by-play guys come in there, older guys, and go, oh my God, gulp.
Oh, yeah.
This ain't going to be easy tonight.
Yeah.
So I'll miss that in Calgary. The old rink, it's like any old building. It's like your old house. You love your old house that was built in the 50s, but when you buy a new house, you go, oh my God, this is way better.
Yeah.
That's what Saddle Dome is. Right? It's just run its course. So
it has.
I love the place. You walk in that back door and it smelled like popcorn on the end of that ramp for like 50 years.
Yeah.
You walk down the ramp from your car and it smells like popcorn. You go, I'm in Calgary.
Spec, real quick, worst old building you ever watched a game at or covered a game at? For me, it's Nassau Coliseum. For you?
Worst?
Yeah.
At the end, Nassau it was half the seats didn't work. They really let it get into ill repute. Yeah. I'd say the old Igloo was pretty tough at the end.
Oof.
In Pittsburgh. The story in the Igloo was when you're walking around on the event level and you saw a puddle, don't look down, look up, because no one spilled anything. It means one of the pipes is dripping. And who knows what's dripping out of there. So never walk over a puddle in the old Pittsburgh rink, I was told.
Oh boy.
Gnarly. Spec, awesome stuff as always. Have a great weekend. Maybe we see you at the stadium. If not, see you on Monday.
All right, boys, enjoy the game tonight.
There you go. On the mark. Powered by Northgate. This truck's for you. Quick break. When we come back, more discussion. Lots of texts came in. Thank you to those that corrected me or gave me the score on that Oilers Flames game to open up the Saddledome. What a missed opportunity. Have the Oilers and the Flames close that bad boy out. Instead, it's the Canucks at the Saddledome to say goodbye to that old barn. Wah, wah. We'll be back right after this on Sports 1440.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection? Incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Got a car you're ready to part with? Find out what it's worth. Fast, easy, and totally free at Go Auto. We're talking top dollar trade-ins, whether it's a little worn or still rocking that new car smell. Just a few clicks, and boom, you've got your value. Text value to 780-777-7777 to start. That's value to 780 all sevens. Why guess what it's worth? Let Go Auto show you the money.
You don't just need property services, you need problems handled. HireGood provides cleanup, debris removal, site monitoring, and safety attendance across Edmonton. We reduce issues on your property, keep spaces safe, and take pressure off your team. We resolve real problems for businesses while creating real impact because our team is built on second chances and they show up every day ready to prove it. Visit hiregood.ca or call and mention Jason Greger for a first-time discount. HireGood. Stable jobs create stable lives.
There's still time to book your tournament at the Ranch Golf and Country Club.
As one of Alberta's top tourney courses, the Ranch makes hosting fun and easy for any group or business. No matter how unique or unusual, they'll accommodate your vision for an event no one will soon forget.
Start planning your tournament today at their beautifully landscaped course on the outskirts of West Edmonton. On-site event coordinators are here to help, but hurry, availability is limited and booking fast.
Visit theranchgolf.com.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Showman for the games live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
No! Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is switching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we're here to stay.
8:29. It's the Tom Gazzola Show here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Bet365. Keep those texts coming in, 1-833-401-1440. And, of course, Bet365. Glad to have them on board. Check out Bet365's early payout for baseball, which fires up. I know they had the one game yesterday, which, not enough, but gets going again today. When your team goes up by 5 runs, you get paid out immediately. No stress about blowing a big lead. Download the app and see what early payouts all about. Tom, Eddie, Brandon, Fenny, and Cam with you in studio. A good vibe on a Friday. Weather's nice. Cam says 28 degrees. Get down to Commonwealth. Eddie says bring your pooch to Commonwealth. Brando says bring the noise. Fenny says bring your buddies. I say let's have a good time.
Come one, come all.
That's right. That's right.
The more the merrier.
It'll be a good time. All the accoutrement, as they say, that comes with a hot summer day, tailgating, go to Deucey Dog.
Ooh, I can't wait to cruise the tailgate as well.
It's a good vibe.
Just peruse around.
It's a very good vibe. Yeah, it feels like we're going into a nice weekend here. Hopefully there's no storms, there's no flooding, there's no trees falling on streets. There's just a nice hot weekend. The mosquitoes die off.
Straight up.
Or whatever. Maybe going out
Choke
golfing.
those suckers out, man.
Yeah.
Skeets.
I'm on the course tomorrow.
Yeah, where at?
So my dad's a starter at Fortinview.
Fortinview?
Yes.
What?
We're going out there.
Where's that?
It's
You've never played Fortinview?
It's on the way to Fort Saskatchewan.
Oh, baby. What a track.
It's
a track.
Which one is that?
Challenges.
On the right side there?
No,
If
no,
you're
like
going up
if you're
21?
no, not
Taking
on 21.
Manning.
If you're
Oh,
taking
okay.
Manning up that way, and then it's kind of to the north west of when the curve goes in towards Fort
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Okay. Yeah.
It is not the favorite golf course I've ever played. I'm always happy just to get out.
Same.
Like
I'm
I
thankful.
will
Yeah.
rarely ever like finish around and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just played there or whatever.
Totally. You're just happy to swing.
Of the ones in the area, I'm not gonna like pretend that it's near the top of my power rankings.
Yeah,
No, but they're
I get it.
friendly.
I get it.
They take care of you.
They got the driving range. They got a little practice facility,
Yeah.
putting green and stuff.
Swinging the
and
sticks.
they got 18 holes. They got carts. They got cold drinks.
They have
What more
27.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Ooh, 27 different ones.
That's right.
Wow. So you're not just running a 9 back.
Yeah. Eddie, it's the city of Fort Saskatchewan course, the Fort Sask Golf and Curling Club.
That's only a 9.
You can play 27 holes there, but you're right. It's just the
That's a
same 9
niner.
holes. It's not 27 different holes.
That's what I'm saying. That's big time.
Yeah.
Man. Fortinview.
Dave's out there. He's a great guy. And my dad's hip needs to be replaced. So he hasn't been moving around as well until he gets it replaced. And he likes it. He likes just being around people since he retired. And
That's what it's about.
And he gets golf passes, and we like to go. So we got a Gazzola Boys golf game going tomorrow. It's just going to be my 3rd round of the year. And as much as I love golf, it's been so crazy in a whirlwind.
Life.
But yeah, life
Life
that's
takes
happened.
over. Is Pops going to be out at the game tonight? Pops and Mom?
Oh yeah. And my brother who's up from Calgary with his girlfriend. They're coming out. Good turnout. Yeah.
Dang. Sports 1440 doing their part.
We're trying.
Yeah, baby.
Doing some lifting. Yeah. Rainer says beautiful day. Tim says the weather looks beautiful. Ben Dangle says keep your fish at home, Eddie.
Eddie's
well played, Ben.
It's Eddie's reputation of taking his leftover fish to gas station microwaves and warming it up in there.
I've been known to do it.
I can see Eddie showing up to the gated Commonwealth. He's got his clear bag. They're so they go through, make sure he's got his maybe water bottle that he can fill up at the convenient refill stations around Commonwealth. And then he's got a little Tupperware with just a collection of boiled eggs. And then it's like boiled egg sandwiches, and between them is just like leftover tuna or something.
It's not far-fetched. I mean, I did bring boiled eggs through security at the airport not too long ago.
Insane.
It's
just
not
the craziest thing
far-fetched.
I've ever heard.
Fella needs to get protein right to the guns, baby.
Well, they probably you're in great shape, and they're probably like, oh, okay, this makes sense, but they let that through.
They let
did
it slide. Oh yeah, you can bring food through security, not liquid. No
Not
drink.
liquid. That's
You
right.
empty your water
Which-
bottle, but
Mhm.
you can bring a full-on sub. You can bring anything through security.
What's the logic there?
What's the logic?
Why
Why?
can you bring a sandwich through security and not a bottle of water?
Yeah, because they can scan it, I guess. I don't know why the liquid. I'm with you, Duke. I'm with you.
My biggest problem that I often face, and I don't travel very much, so
I guess
it's very minor.
gas. You could put gas or some sort of.
I don't know.
Explosive.
But you have your water bottle, and I'll always take my metal one with me, and I
Mhm.
you just dump it out before you go through security. But then I'm like trying to get I'm thirsty. And then if security line's long and stuff, then you got to pee. And you're like, fidgeting a little bit as you're working through because you just chugged whether it was a plastic water bottle or whatever before you had to get rid of it or put the metal one in your bag. That's a problem. And I've had it happen to me several times. Got to be better prepared.
Got to be prepared. And
Got to be better prepared with my hard-boiled eggs.
The food is just so expensive.
It is.
In the airport, very much like your conversation going back to Rogers Place yesterday.
Oh yeah.
You guys got to think ahead, man. Got to be prepared. And when that tip option comes up, you can miss me with that.
People got
no
fired up.
bueno.
Yeah, Eddie, I wasn't gonna ouch on air, Eddie, because you texted me personally rather than the text line, which you had texted the text line 3 minutes before. So
I know.
knew, but you texted me saying, "Yeah, I ain't doing that." That tip BS.
And
at-
you can
at
miss
Rock."
me with that. You hand me the Interact machine and 20% option comes up. I hit that bottom right. Nope.
I don't think you're the only one, Eddie. And wait till I tell you the prices for next year.
You
off
know
air.
the price?
Yeah.
Oh, sickening.
Just a lot to swallow.
Ooh, no pun intended.
Yeah.
Well done there, Tommy.
Yeah, thank you. This one comes in from Cat Dad, who says, I remember somebody eating a salmon sandwich on a plane. You could smell it 3 rows away. See, that's like
next
bad
level. That's next
bad.
level.
Somebody
Bad etiquette.
somebody
that's bad
cooked
etiquette.
fish in my building earlier this week, and I still smell it on the hallways.
Yeah, it's
this was
crazy.
on Monday. I came home from work, and it was overwhelming down the hall. And I got this morning, it had dissipated that I didn't notice it walking out, but I noticed it when I got home yesterday. Still,
Man, back when I
That's
was
a lot.
playing, I burned some fish in my condo one
Oh.
off season. It was bad. Like I love fish and seafood.
Yep.
It was so bad. Like ladies were telling me, some girls that I was with, they were like, your clothes stink. Like
Oh,
it just got
jeez.
in. It penetrated everything. All the fibers and my couch and stuff in my condo. It was bad. I couldn't get it out. I was boiling cinnamon sticks, trying to do everything.
You were a Febreze commercial.
It
Just
was
spraying everywhere.
Oh, Febreze was not cutting it. I needed
Jeez.
industrial. It was next level, man. It was really, really foul coming from me.
Bench Texan says, someone leave a spot on their grill at the tailgate for Eddie to slap down that salmon that's been marinating in his hoodie.
Imagine me just walking around with the big salmon strip on my shoulder. Just a raw salmon flopped over. Hey, you got a spot for this?
You know what, Eddie? I think 95% of those at the tailgate with a grill would say yes to you.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
You're like,
true.
oh, yes, Eddie Steele.
yeah, for the same reasons that the people at the gas station are never giving him a hard
Oh,
time.
dude.
It's just an intimidation.
Why?
Thing.
Why?
Because you're jacked.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I'm big and black.
No, that's Kevin's line. I'm not. I'm not so coarse.
You're a gentleman.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
like, well, hey,
gentleman.
even Davis noticed just seeing you on socials. He's like, damn, Eddie's yoked.
Man,
Yeah.
oh man.
And I know he made the comment about like the penny or whatever you're wearing
Singlet.
instead of talking about all your child Tusky t-shirts instead.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually busting that one out tonight.
I
Right.
look
Been
forward to
saving it.
seeing it.
Been saving it.
He's ready to rock. Steve MP says he's retired bomb tech. It's liquid explosives. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured as much.
But
Makes
what
sense,
if you
yeah.
just like put a little brick of C4 inside your sub?
I think it would get detected. Call it
Well,
a hunch.
then why wouldn't they detect the liquid explosive? Is it harder to detect?
Duke.
I just
Tommy,
Oh.
welcome to Duke's
I'm
mind.
asking these questions because hey, Steve,
Inquisitive.
retired bomb tech. This is great information. I'm glad to know it. I'm a lifelong learner, as you know, Eddie.
Mhm.
I'm always seeking new
Oh,
information.
there's depth
Mhm.
there. There's
Mhm.
depth.
A couple things, little trick for you from Ben Dangles, realtor trick: bake cookies and brownies to get stench out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've got a lot of people going with this burning fish, getting
Odor.
stench in the whole building, etiquette with your neighbors, all that stuff. But we got to step out for a quick breather. When we come back, we're going to go in or out with Brando right here on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
No! Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
Summer weekends in Alberta mean one thing. Tournament season.
I brought the folding chairs. I brought the sunscreen.
I brought the umbrella, just in case.
But who brought the snacks to get through a doubleheader?
I got Alberta's best beef jerky.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky. The ultimate sideline fuel. Whether you're cheering on the kids or watching the pros, load up on Alberta's best beef jerky.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Hurry in for hot summer savings at Wolf GMC Buick. Take advantage of 0% purchase financing for up to 72 months on select new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 pickups. 0% purchase financing for 36 months on select new 2026 Sierra 2500 Denali and Denali Ultimate models. Plus, huge cash savings on GMC Sierra heavy-duty trucks. And ask about the $1,000 truck trade-in bonus and low-rate lease offers. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. The goal of every one of the thousands of hair restoration procedures I've performed is a full, natural-looking head of hair. I work directly with my patients for the consultation, the procedure, and the follow-up, so we can achieve the best results possible. When people see what we accomplish, I don't want them to think, "Wow, great hair transplant." I want them to think, "Wow, great hair." Go to drvanceelliott.com and contact us today.
Your all-access pass to the world of sports is Edmonton's only sports radio station.
From pre- and post-game hockey shows to in-depth analysis from your favorite commentators, the action never stops on Sports 1440.
The big hits. The big kicks. Catch all the action at Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge. Never a bad seat in a house with tons of big screens. And Selly's menu. Something for everyone. Plus game day food and drink features. So bring your friends, cheer loud and proud, and join the fun at Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge at all 3 Century Casino locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Every day is game day at Century Casino.
Lux Windows was founded in 1969 with 5 people and a dream. 55 years later, our team of experts cares a whole lot about building and installing the best possible windows and doors. Because Lux is not just an Alberta-made product. We're one big Alberta-made family. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
The Tom Gazzola Show. 60% talent, 40% Swedish hair cream. Edmonton's sports leader. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Still grooving into his final segment of the show. That's his jam right there. Nice.
That's a nice one, huh?
Oh, I like it.
A little toe tapper.
Very apropos for a Friday. As we get set to go in or out, brought to you by Pro Solutions. Need fast AC service? Pro Solutions offers expert repairs, tune-ups, and installs with flexible financing. Book your appointment now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Okay, you know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line, are you in or you out?
In or out of what?
No time for questions, just action. In or out?
Well, then I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
It's game day for the Edmonton Elks, taking on the Lions for the second time in 3 weeks, looking for a little bit of revenge from the loss out in Kelowna on July the 4th. Even if BC tries and maybe even has some success duplicating their clog up the middle shutdown effort on Justin Rankin, I'm sorry, I still need to see him have more than 7 touches out of the backfield.
Yeah, I'm in, Duke. He needs to touch the ball 20 times via the run or pass. That's the threshold for Justin Rankin. He's your best player. He's one of the best players in the league. So I will be in above 7 touches for sure.
In 100%. A lot of talk about like the little pitches that they do as well to find ways to get him the ball. And obviously he's dangerous as a receiver too. But yeah, he's the most explosive player in the league right now. Get him the ball, find a way to make it work, and then let him do the rest.
Because in that BC game, he did still get 17 touches, 13 targets, 10 receptions, 400 yards.
Yeah.
But like, I just find that that's an element that, sure, it's fine to like just dump it off out of the side, but it should still be in tandem with straight up just handing the ball off to him. And if like that, I think will make play action more effective. I just can't comprehend that even if he's clearly being bogged down, you just completely abandon what is the biggest strength of your team, which is running the football. And this isn't like we talked about it after that game, right? Like Fajardo threw it 51 times.
Not a key to success.
No.
For this team, it's not. And Davis Sanchez talked about it, right? If he's still a little leery about, is this version of the Elks for real when you're talking about some of the other real dynamic guys under center, Nathan Rourke, Vernon Adams Jr., Trevor Harris, and then out east, Davis Alexander, of course, and then the injured guys notwithstanding at the moment. Chad Kelly, certainly throw him in the mix as well. But Cody Fajardo's not that guy. You can win games, a lot of games with Cody Fajardo because he's just so smart and manages the game so well, doesn't turn it over. Well, he did in that game, and you lost. And you only put up 24 points. The Elks, it's crazy because of how dynamic Rankin has been. They are still one of the lowest scoring teams in the entire league.
Because out east, man, Chad Kelly, Davis Alexander,
they're blowing.
Vernon Adams, even in Calgary, they're putting up points.
I mean, like the Elks have 148 points scored so far this year, leading the West is Calgary at 194, Saskatchewan 170. The Elks have 148.
Hey, can you see points for and against?
Yeah.
Look at Calgary points for. Tell us they're against too.
We got 176.
Yeah, 194-4.
The defense, kind of like in Toronto, a little optional.
Yeah,
because the Argos have put up 171. They've allowed 183.
Ooh,
and they're 2-3. So
VA's touchdown to interception ratio is 14-0.
Phenomenal.
Well, it's 7-1. I guess they scored 7 touchdowns. They didn't throw all 7 touchdown passes,
right.
But
6.
They scored 7 touchdowns in the Stampede Bowl. They ran out of fireworks.
They did, literally
at McMahon. So, my point here just primarily being like, you get the ball in your player's hand, and it's not just in the forms like, oh, they're taking away the middle. Let's try something else. Not to the point of demise where you just keep running into a brick wall, but I'm not in the camp of after 1 quarter of trying, you completely abandon that approach to your game, which is the best element of your offense. 3 of the games on the Week 7 slate around the CFL, including the Tiger Cats hosting Toronto tomorrow night. Head coach Scott Milanovich keeping his starting QB on the DL. That's down low Eddie, not defensive line. It's funny, you guys actually ended up touching on this with Davis Sanchez as mowing my grass on a couple different topics this morning, but that's okay. I think it should be Trey Ford under center in Hamilton.
Couldn't be more out.
Well, we know. We now know, but maybe for anybody that missed it, maybe rehash.
For the new listeners, yes, I was going to say, for the new listeners, too much erratic play with Trey Ford. I just need a quarterback to deliver a ball. on time, be it in a 5-step, 3-step drop, like Davis Sanchez mentioned earlier, receivers running the proper depth, and you just are expecting things to arrive when they should. With Trey, there's just too much variables. You don't know what's going on any given play. You turn back and you look to catch the ball and expect it to be delivered, and all of a sudden he's running 25 yards back the other way towards his own end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he can make hero plays, but the game is not won by hero plays.
I have to stick with what I said earlier to Davis Sanchez. I'm in, and I say embrace the chaos, even though that is not probably the approach you want to take, and you want to have as many things set and be assured of as possible going into a game, hoping to win. But for me, selfishly, embrace the chaos.
We talked about it after the injury to Bo Levi Mitchell first happened, Eddie, and we talked about, like, man, the Tiger Cats, they might be right there alongside the Red Blacks without Mitchell as their quarterback. So if you're Milanovic and the rest of the organization, do you look at it and say, okay, yeah, we'd rather call it play it safe with a guy like Daggy, because you've got playmakers at the wideout spot. I mean, Kenny Lawler obviously headlining that group, and you just trust that playing it safe, you will try and hang around the 500 mark. But like, Bo Levi Mitchell is not coming back.
No,
right? Like, you're not trying to tread water until your guy gets back from the injured list. Like, he's out. He ain't coming back this year. Or do you say, well, we're either going to be the worst team in the league, or we can do more than just keep our throats above water with the little bit more dynamic element that Trey Ford can bring to the table? Because you can punt on the season. That's fine. Like, injuries happen, and this plagues teams. Look at Toronto last year, for goodness sake. But I think when you still have a decent enough team elsewhere, you take the higher risk, higher reward potential of Trey Ford at this point. And it's still early in the season. They can try Daggy out there for a couple times and see that it is still a little too vanilla, a little too play it safe mentality, and go to Ford later, or vice versa. But I at this point, before the year gets away from you, you're still just 2-3. You're tied for second in the East. I think you're still trying to roll the dice a little bit more than just, call every time it comes around you on the table.
Yeah, I feel you, Duke.
On the Gazzola thing, he threw for 122 against Sask, and wasn't there a pick six that was like 117 yards?
Yeah, pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, the net passing yards, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Yeah.
But Trey Ford and Kenny Lawler, we've seen that experiment play out in this market.
That's right.
Good point.
Yep.
Very good point, actually. Over to the NHL. The entirety of the 84 game schedule was released yesterday after we got all the home openers and a few key dates the day prior. So many prominent names changing places this year, returns to previous markets, highly anticipated. I don't know if any is higher than Brady Tkachuk's return to the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa and the certain backlash that I think he is due to face there after his departure from our nation's capital. But for Oilers fans, there's lots of great games, lots of great dates, rivalries, teams that have bested you in years past and ousted you. I think the number one date to circle here in mid-July is Darnell Nurse's return on January 13th.
You go first, Eddie. I'm going to be off the wall with this.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to rack my brain and just think of creative storylines that would be interesting, but I don't think in terms of the Oilers, their roster, and the fans, outside of Babcock, of course, I don't think there's going to be anything that's more enthralling than seeing Darnell Nurse, because how many years was he here? 11? Was it?
Yeah.
So
more than that, even.
Yeah, wore the A for many years, and a lot of blood and sweat for this organization. And he was the whipping boy for many people, but he also did a lot of good work for this organization on the ice and outside of the ice as well.
That's a good reminder. I'm going to be out on this one, and I'm going to go with a game that's on the road. I'll explain why. I say November 14th in Toronto, because that'll be the chaos that comes with Mike Babcock. And listen, I think everybody's had their say about the hire, and I don't particularly care for it. Do I think it'll be successful? Yeah, because I think this team will be better than it was last year. And just because I don't think it's great and necessary doesn't mean it won't work either. So I just want to say that. But the zoo and chaos that comes with this hire will be in full effect on November 14th in Toronto. And so I'm circling that one because I like, again, the chaos. And that's exactly what we're going to get that day. From the Toronto media, Edmonton media will get their chance as much as the PR team might try to tamp it down.
It's only so much they can do.
Only so much you can do.
And it's still early enough in the season that we won't really probably have an idea of what this altered version of the Oilers and Babcock's imprint on it will maybe be yet. Like, are we going to see the Oilers that we've gotten for the past several years where are really slow starters and all of a sudden everyone's like, well, Babcock wasn't the fix? Or we could see the flip. Of course, he comes out and everybody, he drills everybody during this shortened training camp, a preseason period, and they're all coming out defense. They're all changed men. Or, of course, I think the most likely scenario in this chalk, but sure, is like probably a little bit of both. There's going to be good games. There's going to be bad games over the course of the first month of the season. So the fact that it is still pretty early, just halfway through the campaign's second month, I think there'll still be a lot on the table about what the direction the Oilers are headed in for the rest of the year.
Well said.
On to number 4, another spot you guys mowed my grass. And I thought this would slip under the radar because I didn't expect us to get into basketball talk with Mark Spector of all people, but the NBA schedule has not yet been dropped, unlike the NHL's. And Adam Silver, the commissioner, saying he is waiting on LeBron James' decision on where he's playing next year to finalize some of the prominent dates and locations of their marquee primetime slots. The commissioner saying this publicly, I think this was only going to further delay LeBron's announcement because that's just, and I'm with you, Eddie, everything you said about you can't blemish the guy at all for any character things or stuff like that. And it's a huge testament to him on top of what he accomplishes on the court. He is absolutely a drama king.
Yeah.
And so the commissioner is saying like, oh, we got to wait for LeBron. I wish he'd hurry up. Now LeBron's probably sitting there like, ooh, that makes me feel pretty good. Everybody's waiting on me. This is just going to delay it even more. We're not getting this anytime soon, are we?
It's a good thought process, Duke. I totally would be in on this, actually, because now you're just giving way more power to LeBron.
Yep.
You just said that we're waiting on you to make the schedule. So why else would he not take his slow time?
In. All right, last one. Eddie needs to rock, end, or roll.
Ooh, I got it 9:30.
Yep.
I noticed that you brought that up with Kev on Tuesday night.
I remember.
Because he would try and keep me here till like 9:07.
That was usually if you were trying to get down to Elks Nation, and you'd be like, "No, we got a guest coming on like sharp at 9:30," and Kevin's like, "Nah, let's drag this up."
Yeah, he would.
I'm not doing that to you, Eddie.
Wow, Tom. Total bootlicker over there.
Ah, God, this is my dog. This is my guy.
And Eddie's intimidation has already spilled over into the morning show now.
Look at him trying to divide us.
Stay
on your side over there.
It's not just in the gas stations anymore. It is World Emoji Day. The best emoji to send to anybody, friends, strangers, colleagues, peers, doesn't matter, to convey your readiness to party or have a good time. Heading to the Elks game tonight, for example. I think it's the guy in the cowboy hat. Yeehaw. And I cannot stress this enough. Baby. Let's cut it loose.
I'm out. It's going to be like the Cowabunga fingers.
Oh,
not the rock star, like the Cowabunga one.
That's
thumb,
hang 10.
Thumb
right.
pinky, where it looks like it's shaking.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, actually.
Yeah. Not the rock, like the wolf pack, not that one. The hang 10.
Hang 10.
Out. I will go with the dancing emoji.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. The disco style.
It's literally like striking a pose of the finishing move of the hustle. Like the John Travolta point, right?
It's a good one.
That is a good one, Tom.
Yeah.
But Eddie, did you not like my cowboy hat pick because you can't tell if the character has his boots tucked into his jeans or not?
You stop it, you dork.
Surprised I didn't see anything on your IG down at Zach Top at Roger Place last night.
No.
This guy's got country fever.
Oh boy.
No.
Last thing, so I know we don't want to keep Eddie. And this is just on the heels of Stampede wrapping up last weekend. Am I the only one that was never aware that apparently Stampede's whole thing is like you don't say yeehaw, you say yahoo?
Really?
I've been around, I've lived in Alberta my whole life, been to Stampede countless times, both as a young person, as an adult. I've never once seen that. And it seems to be all over my feed this year about people at Stampede.
Really?
I did not.
Never even heard that.
Yeah, it's not at the Calgary Stampede. It's not yeehaw. It's Yahoo, which So lame.
Yeah, that is.
What's wrong with Yeehaw?
Yeehaw was the go-to.
Yeehaw!
When you see like a little accountant with a buttoned-up shirt and tucked in
his white cowboy hat
and cowboy boots
with the red band on it.
That's what do we call that? Cosplay cowboy.
Yeah,
But
I always say, and it's bad, but my culture's not your costume.
Ooh, yeah.
But they do know how to party when.
Stampede's a great
How to
party.
get down.
I don't think you could pay me to go to it anymore, and I know Fenny just went 2 Saturdays in a row.
I'd go.
I would maybe go for a day. And by that I mean like a night, and I'd probably do it at the rodeo at the Chucks and then leave. I'm not in the scene for Nashville North, waiting in the lines. Maybe one of the actual concerts where you buy a ticket and you get a seat essentially. But for one of the tents or the festivals or something, I don't think you could pay me to do that right now.
Yeah.
I'm hard out on that.
All right. And you're out right now.
Ooh.
Eddie, great stuff, buddy. Have a great weekend if I don't see you at the stadium tonight.
Thanks, boys. You too. Edmonton, we will see you all down there at Commonwealth.
Let's go. Eddie Steele. Good stuff as always. Time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Fusion Promo Marketing. Expand your brand. High-quality promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. Get noticed at fusionpromomarketing.ca. That's Fusion with the Z. Here's Brando.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Couple more NHL restricted free agents off the board, avoiding their arbitration hearing. St. Louis Blues and recently acquired Connor McMichael come to terms on a 6-year deal. $6.75 million AAV, the 25-year-old winger. 14 goals in 78 games with Washington last season. Came over to St. Louis in the Jordan Kyrou trade. The Montreal Canadiens bringing back forward Kirby Dach on a 1-year deal, $3.6 million season. Injury-plagued campaign for Dach last year. Played in just 37 games, put up 8 goals and 15 points. Major Leagues of Baseball returning to action post-All-Star break. The Mets get a pair of home runs to lift them over the Phillies 4-1, and the Open Championship Round 2 well underway from the Royal Birkdale in England. Lucas Herbert and Sam Burns both setting records for lowest scores at a major in a single round, turning in 62s on the scorecard today. Herbert sitting alone atop the leaderboard at 8 under par through 2 rounds. Top Canadians, Corey Connors shot 300 today to move to 2 under on the week. That's good for tied in 21st. And Nick Taylor, bit of a slower start, +1. He's down to -1, which puts him in tied for 36th. Coming up in hour 3 of the Tom Gazzola Show, we'll be joined by Nick Ashbourne from Blue Jays Happy Hour, and we'll hear today's edition of Cam and Eggs. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Say hello to Alberta's home for reeling and dealing. With Play Alberta, you can spin into the excitement of popular slots like Cash Eruption and Desert Fantasy. Experience Alberta-exclusive games and get in on the action of live dealer tables with all new elevated stakes. However you prefer to play, the fun is ready when you are. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18+ to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Struggling to find skilled workers? What if you could fill your talent pipeline with motivated, pre-vetted youth and receive funding to support your efforts? At Careers the Next Generation, we connect Alberta employers with interns in skilled trades, IT, agriculture, forestry, and more. All WCB covered, high school accredited, safety trained, and ready to contribute from day one. With 83% of RAP students continuing their apprenticeships after high school, investing in youth today means securing your workforce for tomorrow. Don't wait. Visit careersnextgen.ca to get started.
Everything is going to be okay. If you're feeling the weight of too much debt, you have options. I'm Dan McDicken, a licensed insolvency trustee with Faber. Becoming debt-free is possible, and a personal bankruptcy or a consumer proposal will get you there. Schedule your free Faber Focus session at faber.ca today. You'll learn how a consumer proposal will eliminate your debt by paying a percentage of the amount owed without interest. At Faber, we've got your back.
Yeah, it's me again. And if you're sidelined with a sports injury, you already know nothing's more frustrating than being told to just rest. At Leading Edge Physiotherapy, we get athletes moving sooner with our zero gravity treadmills. You can run, train, and rebuild strength with up to 80% less body weight, so your injury heals while your confidence comes roaring back. When your sports injury's yelling, whisper back. LeadingEdgePhysio.com, because life shouldn't hurt.
Your all-access pass to the world of sports is Edmonton's only sports radio station.
From pre- and post-game hockey shows to in-depth analysis from your favorite commentators, the action never stops on Sports 1440.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Through a Friday edition of the Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365. In the final hour, we're going to go golfing with the G-Man. Gary Meyer will be in studio. Looking forward to that. Perfect weekend to get out on the course, swing the sticks. I'll be doing that tomorrow with my brother, who's up from Calgary with his girlfriend, and my uncle, and my dad. I don't know how my dad's going to play, if he's even going to play, but he's got a bad hip that needs to be replaced, but he just wants to get out there. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to the football game tonight. Hopefully a lot of people make their way down to Commonwealth. The Riverhawks are out of town, checking their schedule, and they just have a handful of home games remaining. So lots to do. I think Taste of Edmonton gets going or is going. That's a lot of fun, but hopefully a lot of people come down to Commonwealth tonight. We're going to talk baseball with Nick Ashburn in this hour at the 9:20 segment. He's from Blue Jays Happy Hour, and your texts as well. Join the conversation, 1-833-401-1440. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. On the dial, on the AM side of things, fantastic. And then, of course, if you're listening on iHeart, tune in, or sports1440.ca. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. I am still blown away. We're on Twitch, huh?
Oh, it's big time.
We're like Kyler Murray.
Who do you think does more numbers?
Kyler right now. Kyler, but at some point we will surpass him. I don't know when. I just feel like
I like the ambition.
Thank you.
We'll catch him.
Thank you.
Those little legs.
He's itty bitty, but he runs fast.
It's when he does have those, talking about like Trey Ford and his chaos type plays, like it is very reminiscent of Kyler Murray, just to a little bit of a lesser extent at times. But man, I understand where you're coming from as a Cardinals fan, Tom, about the discontent with him as your franchise QB.
His attitude sucks.
But
That's
man,
what
he is a special athletic talent.
Agreed.
There is no denying that. And he can be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And even like fun to watch from the other side too, where when he does get hit, or the D lineman, like if there's a blitz and a guy from each side's converging on him unblocked, you're like, that guy's about to die because he's the same size as me.
Yeah.
Essentially. Just yoked.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a Viking now, so I don't care.
Well, we'll talk lots about it.
Bring
with
on
Eddie.
Carson Beck. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the first things I asked you when we learned the Cardinals were your team. And I said, "Are you a believer in Carson Beck?" And you said, maybe. And I kind of admittedly lost a little bit of respect in one fell swoop there, thinking, seriously?
Why? Because of maybe?
Yeah.
You have no faith in him?
When they made that pick at the NFL draft, after they took Jeremiah Love in the first round, I was blown away. And actually laughing on my couch because in my mind, I was like, if they justified taking a running back inside the top 5 because they thought, well, we're going to get Carson Beck in the second round. Her future's laid out for us. You could, like, that's so misguided.
Do you know the Cardinals?
Why did you want a running back there? You're going to be the worst. If not, you might be the worst team in the league this year.
Yeah, I know.
Between the Cardinals, probably the Jets, and the Dolphins. I think those are my 3 contenders for the league's worst team. Maybe still the Browns, possibly, because even their defense isn't going to be as good now. I like Jared Verse a lot, but he's not at this point Myles Garrett. Almost certainly never will be. But you get my point. And this is coming from someone that was a believer in Deshaun Watson, the football player, way longer than I should have been. I'm a Texans guy, so I watched him at his peak and what he could do, and things like what happened to that player. Apparently, he's going to be the starter again this year, possibly.
That contract was stupid. You want to talk about a stupid contract? The one they gave him.
Yeah, if you're an Oilers fan and you've been, crying and whining, sometimes justifiably so, about Darnell Nurse the past few years, just be thankful you're not a Cleveland Browns fan. And if you're an Oilers fan who's also a Cleveland Browns fan, you have my sympathy.
Jack Michaels, big Browns guy.
Is he really?
Big Browns guy.
But isn't he a Pennsylvania guy?
Yes. Now, he grew up in a small city that was equidistant, as he likes to say, to
Cleveland,
Buffalo, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh.
Oh, just the lake.
So
the lake region.
Yeah, he had the pick of the litter of teams, even though he was in Pennsylvania. And for whatever reason, he chose the Browns. I think he was a Guardians fan. Obviously, that wasn't their name at the time. And then he liked the Penguins on the hockey side of things. Basketball, I don't know if he really got into too much. So, yeah, it's interesting. But he was kind of like in that sweet spot where he had all those teams broadcast that were on his local TV and radio stations as well he could listen to. And those were the teams he picked. So, yeah, he sticks with the Browns. And I laugh at him every Sunday. And the last few years, he laughs at me every Sunday. And it's deserved. By the way, the Gazzola Show brought to you by Bet365. This is the last time I can read this liner because the World Cup Finals this Sunday. At the World Cup, subs are important. When their number's called, they can change the game instantly. What they shouldn't be able to change, though, is your bet. Thanks to Bet365. Sub on, play on when a player you bet on comes off their sub stat. Counts towards your bet. Learn more at Bet365. I put a sprinkle on Argentina yesterday for the final.
I've bet against them a couple times consecutive here. Now I think I'm all in on them for Sunday's final. So I'm probably Messi to score.
Spain's the favorite. Messi to score.
As they should be. It's weird how this all came full circle because Spain entered the tournament as the favorite. They sagged a little bit through when elimination play was beginning, and then against France they were the underdogs, and here we are. They're going to be the favorite, and I think a pretty clear cut one, I would assume. Yep. In Sunday's final, because as a complete team, I don't know if there's much of a debate they're better than Argentina. And Yamal is awesome. And this whole story about, Messi holding him when he's a baby and all this stuff.
Do you not find that photo odd? Or those
photos?
No,
I find it really odd. Why was that picture taken?
Why is he bathing him? Why is his hands in the tub?
What's the connection?
I don't know. Was that AI generated? Doesn't seem to be. I didn't really want to dive into that one. Ben says, guys, FIFA rigged for Argentina to win. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that one call that wasn't called offside, I think the equalizer the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, don't put it past FIFA to screw around with stuff.
Well, just ask Egypt, Switzerland, and I guess probably now England. They'll. I can appreciate that about soccer and football on the world stage, that they do not hold back. There's no pulling punches when it comes to their post game comments. Players, coaches, doesn't matter.
Yep.
There's like, yeah, it's rigged. Straight. It's like, well, are you just saying that because you lost? Nope, that doesn't matter at all. It's rigged. All right, I appreciate your honesty. Thanks for your time.
God, soccer is so corrupt. Montana to Rice chiming in says, Cardinals have to play the Rams, Seahawks, and Niners twice. Cardinals win 2 games max this year. Yeah. You know what? They're going to get their asses whooped. this season, and I know it.
So do you want him to be the worst? And they can, because next year's quarterback class is pretty rich. So even if they're not last, they'll probably get a better crack at a franchise QB than Carson Beck.
The ghost of Josh Rosen lives on.
He was just too smart for football. That was the problem.
Yeah. He was once on the Elks Neg list too, I think.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
Now I think he's doing his master's degree at an Ivy League school. I can't remember which one.
Well, wasn't he out of Cal State?
No, I think he was out of UCLA.
UCLA, that's right.
And he was like reportedly like incredibly intelligent.
That's good. I mean, his football career didn't last very long. He was put into a terrible position, thrust into the starter's role on a bad Cardinals team. And I mean, they kind of sewered him and then went and drafted Murray after. That didn't go well.
That's where he's working?
Where?
Apparently Josh Rosen's working at JP Morgan.
Oh, he's doing just fine. He's doing just fine. He might even be making more money now than he would have as a quarterback. Oh, no. Quarterbacks make ridiculous money nowadays. RBS chiming in says, I met the broadcast team in Pittsburgh at the Steelers-Dolphins Monday Nighter last year. Jack had his Browns toque on. It didn't last past halftime. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure his buddies were all over him there.
I'm trying to remember. I want to say Speck was on that road trip, and we asked him, we're like, so are you going to the football game tonight, Speck? He's like, no, it's freezing cold outside.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll watch from a bar.
Yep.
And have a few drinks. He's like, those guys, they can go freeze their balls off sitting at Heinz Field. I ain't going.
I think.
Or sorry, Acrisure Stadium.
They renamed it, yeah. I think Jack's buddies have a pretty good hookup where they sit in a suite. If I remember correctly, because I went to a Steelers game when I was traveling with the team, but I got the cheap seats. And I had gone out the night before. I was not in good shape. But it's a neat stadium. They have a great Hall of Fame in there. And obviously Jack has all his buddies in and around Pittsburgh. So I'm guessing Jack, when he goes to a game, he does it right. Like he's
he
goes
full
all
into it,
out.
right?
Yeah.
You've been to many NFL games, Tom?
I've only been to a few. Saw Dallas, Cleveland at Jerry World, AT&T Stadium. That is a phenomenal feat of engineering, piece of infrastructure.
Except the windows.
Yeah, and I know players complain about that because of the glare and stuff. But outside of it, if you're going for a fan experience, it's wonderful. Huge. I've been to Cardinals game in Glendale. It was really good. Enjoyed it. Watched them lose on a last-second field goal to Buffalo, I believe it was. And then I also have been to Steelers-Browns. Or Steelers, who did they play that game? Cincy. And that was the Duck Goose. That was the Duck Goose celebration. Yeah. Le'Veon Bell when he was still good before he flamed out.
Because Fenny is a Bengals guy.
Are you? Joe Burrow is Joe Cool. I have a lot of respect for that guy.
I mean, I got a lot of respect for him too, putting up with that O-line every year. Good God.
Between the O-line and the defense, he's just looking there. He's like, please help me.
I mean, like, if they made it into the playoffs, what was this, two seasons ago, the season before last, if they made it into the playoffs, not a doubt in my mind he was winning that MVP. He was almost at 5,050 for the season with, like, it was just him and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins just doing their best to get stuff done. And like the defense couldn't stop a lick.
Yeah.
I remember a thing from that year was like, the rest of the NFL, when they've scored 33 or more points, was like, 16-2. And the Bengals were 1-4. And I was like, good God, guys. Can we please just get my quarterback a stop for the love of all things good and holy? Anyways, yeah. Bengals fan. It's tough out here.
It's okay.
Cheap owner.
Now, you could have a weirdo owner like Michael Bidwell Jr. in the Cardinals, so. I know his intentions are good, but his decision-making is bizarre. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to talk Jays coming up here with Nick Ashburn from Blue Jays Happy Hour. Looking forward to that. Your text as well, 1-833-401-1440. We're cruising here on a Friday edition of the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
No! Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Kickoff is coming July 17th. Elks, Lions at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It's Dog Days of Summer presented by ATCO Energy. Bring your pup and watch the game in an exclusive section. Get your tickets at goelks.com/tickets.
It might have been scraped by the snowblower, dented while door crashing, or crunched at the company Christmas party. At some point over the winter, your car was damaged and it's been hiding under a coat of winter grime.
Then come and see Robertson Body Works. We can take care of the damage and the dirt. This week only, call and book a repair and get a complete auto detailing absolutely free.
But you have to book your appointment before the week is up. Go to robertsonbodyworks.com.
I'm Tim Robertson, and I fix cars.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
Hey, Gary, is that your dad?
No, this is Evan, the new sales rep I hired.
Oh.
First impressions matter, but when hair loss takes over, it can feel like you're not being seen for the maverick you truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we know that hair loss is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's personal. Let's discuss all the cutting-edge options available so you can make a great impression every time.
Book a free consultation today at drvanceelliott.com.
No! Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show. All gas, no brakes. Edmonton's sports leader. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Yes, they are. The Toronto Blue Jays back home, taking on the White Sox today after the All-Star break. It's the Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365. Tom, Brandon, Benny, and Cam in studio with you on this Friday edition of the show. And we're going to talk a little bit about those Blue Jays if you want to chime in. 1-833-401-1440. And to discuss today, we're bringing in Nick Ashbourne, Blue Jays Happy Hour. Keeping up with those Jays. And welcome, Nick. Happy Friday. Thanks for hopping on today. I know there's a lot to discuss with this Toronto Blue Jays team, an anomaly, an enigma, frustrating, injuries, all these things. What the hell is wrong with Vladdy Guerrero Jr.? You talked about it in your last article. We'll get into Vladdy, and Cam Tate has provided me with a bunch of stuff in regard to that. But Jays at the All-Star game, some feel-good stuff there, and how would you look at what we witnessed a couple of days ago?
Well, I mean, as much as the team as a whole has been disappointing, they have had individual star level performances, and Dylan Cease is a great example of that. He was deserving to be there and start that game. We saw Ernie Clement flash the leather. He's had a good season as well. It hasn't all been dreadful, and we got a bit of a reminder of that over the All-Star break, but enough of it has been dreadful that they're, 10 games behind where they'd want to be at this point in the season.
Yeah. Like, how would you describe that first half of the season? And even though you talk about where they're at in the AL East standings, they're 2.5 back of a wild card spot too.
They're very much in the playoff race, which is kind of crazy. Normally at this point in the season, if you're 45 and 51, you're thinking about how you're resetting for the next year and you're going to sell pieces of the deadline. That could all happen for the Blue Jays still, but at the moment they're 2.5 games back. So they still think they're kind of one big run away from getting into playoff position. And then you kind of see what happens at that point. Now, that's not what you want after a World Series appearance. You don't want to be in a position where you're hoping for a little bit of luck and then a little bit of luck after that. But that's sort of where the Blue Jays are. They're still a talented team, but there are plenty of underperformers on the squad, and injuries were a big reason why they got off to a rough start. But they have gotten progressively healthier in the last sort of month or so, and it hasn't helped them enormously. Guys have come back, like Alejandro Kirk, star-level player last season, has not been productive offensively, and Brendan Valenzuela had been quite good in his absence anyway, so that didn't really make a big difference. Shane Bieber comes back. He's had a really rough time of it. They actually aren't able to get Addison Barger back because he's had, setbacks with a back injury as well. But what you're looking at now as they come out of the break, it's not a perfectly healthy team, and they miss Cody Ponce, who they never really got a proper look at.
Yeah.
They miss Barger, they miss Jesus Sanchez, but it's mainly the Jays. Like, nobody is a fully healthy team. That's just how an 162 game season goes. So injuries was a big explanation early on, but at this point they more or less have their guys, and the guys just haven't been good enough.
So I was going to ask you if you could pin the lack of success on this season to injuries, but I think I've got the answer, and that's a resounding no from you. And I understand. I think you explained that very well. Then I would move on to this. Which players do you think will benefit the most from the All-Star break going into the second half here?
The Jays are hoping it's the two big names, the two guys that are hoping to carry the offense, and for different reasons. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., it's been such a rough first half for him. If you look at his numbers, he's kind of like a slightly below average hitter, which for some guys, they'd be happy with that. But this is a heavily compensated, middle of the order, first baseman, lineup centerpiece type player, and that's just not an acceptable level of production for him. And there has been a lot of talk about to what degree has a back issue been a problem for him. And he's come out of multiple games. He's had to sit occasionally, and it seems like he's mainly played through it. We don't really know how much that's driving his issues. Is that a small part of the problem? Is that most of the problem? It's hard to say, but getting some time off has to be helpful for that. And just a bit of a mental reset for just a first half where he was under constant criticism. Not saying the criticism was unfair, but it was there. And then the other guy is just George Springer because of his age, right? It's a 36-year-old player. He had an injury earlier in the season too, although he kind of should be over that at this point. And whenever you're dealing with a player at that advanced age, often giving some time off just physically puts them in a better position to succeed.
Nick, I think the term used was Vladdy Guerrero's slump is historically unusual. Why, compared to some guys in their 27-year-old year in the past?
Yeah, so this is something that I looked into the piece I wrote at Sportsnet, and the main summary of it is that when I watched the half season Vladdy had, it felt almost inconceivable that a star level player, 27 is often considered like the year of your prime, if not the year, like one of the best years of your career in terms of the combination of being still physically where you want to be, but having a lot of experience as well. Normally that's a potent mix. Guys have some of their best seasons in that year. So having a guy who's had so much of a good track record, and every year hasn't been exactly the same, but you look at his total career, just not many guys have accomplished what he has at his age. And that was sort of what I looked at in the story. I was like, okay, here are some historical comps for Vladdy. I found 13 guys who are kind of the closest to Vladdy up to this point in his career in terms of his offense. And 8 of those guys were Hall of Famers. And 2 of them were guys who were going to be in the Hall of Fame. And one of them was A-Rod, who, would be in the Hall of Fame if it weren't for the steroid stuff. So like he is an elite company. And so to see him just fall off, there really weren't good comparables for what's happened to Vladdy. You just don't see players fall off the table from a performance standpoint at this point in their careers, which I think lends some credence to the idea that it might be playing through injury situation that could be at the core of this.
Yeah, a lot of Jays fans hoping that is the case and that there is a bounce back and the rest helps and he can recuperate and get back to the Vladdy Guerrero we've been witnessing throughout his career. We've got Nick Ashbourne with us covering the Toronto Blue Jays. Jays back in action this evening against the White Sox. In your opinion, will the Jays be buyers or sellers heading into the August 3rd deadline, considering they are 2.5 games back of a wild card spot right now?
If I had to say what is the most likely situation, I would say very soft sellers, like not doing enough, getting to if they kind of continue at this rate, they're going to get to a point where they hit the deadline and they're going to say, we don't have a great chance of making the playoffs, but we don't have no chance. And a lot of the pieces we have who are at the end of their contracts aren't actually that appealing to other teams. They're not a group that has massive chips to play. They're not the Tigers who have Scooble as a chip to play if they want to sell. So they might say, listen, we could get some kind of C-level prospects here, or we can kind of just hold on to our guys and, just hope for the big push because we're still sort of in this thing. They don't want to sell unless they feel they absolutely have to, based on the momentum of the franchise, based on the age of some of their big players. Like, they are a win now type of operation. And so unless they are absolutely forced into a corner, I don't know, let's say they're 7 games out of the 3rd wild card and they think, okay, this just is not happening, then you might see them be more aggressive trading, say, a Gosman, for instance. But I think that they're probably going to hit the deadline at a pretty ambiguous type of spot. And I know that's not, fans don't want to hear, what this team that's underperforming is going to do? Not very much. That's not very appealing. I get it. But I think that's probably the most likely scenario, is a pretty quiet deadline for the Blue Jays, unless they get hot over the next 2 weeks or so and feel like they're really in a buying position. Because if that happens, I could see them being aggressive with the buying side of it. Because again, that's kind of where the franchise is oriented right now in terms of trying to be competitive. So if they get, say they're sitting in the 3rd wildcard spot or they're half a game out of it, I think you might see a fairly aggressive buy, but that would require them to play pretty well over the next couple of weeks.
All right, Nick, having said all that, and then if, they have been an enigma this year to a certain extent, and we talked about the injuries and the lack of power and all of that, is this team one that you think will ultimately surge to a postseason berth, or do you think they'll fall short? I know I'm jumping way ahead here, but just curious.
I think that it's possible. I think that it's, at this point, it's unlikely, right? The Jays playoff odds, they would tell you, are somewhere in the 20% range. So I would give them slightly higher odds than that, because I do think that there is talent here. I do think that if it's close, they're going to buy. I think if they get close, and that's why the next 2 weeks before the deadline or so, this is absolutely essential stuff. If they get close enough, then I think they buy. And I think if they get enough when they buy, then that will send them where they want to go. But if they don't get close enough, they're not going to mortgage the future for a doomed season. So it is strange. You talk about a 162 game season. It's like every game doesn't feel that consequential. But if you're a Jays fan right now, this is the time to be locked in, because this is going to determine the direction of the team.
It's interesting to see all of this unfold coming off the high of last year, but who knows? Baseball's a fickle game sometimes, and we'll see if the Jays can rally. Nick, thanks for stopping by today. Really appreciate it, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
There's Nick Ashbourne from Blue Jays Happy Hour. You can read his stuff at sportsnet.ca as well. What do you guys think? I mean, You want to be optimistic if you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan, but
I'm the eternal optimist when it comes to baseball because there's still so many games.
I know.
And Nick brings up some good points about like the unlikely nature of them making the playoffs. And like if you look at standings, yes, you stare at the just 2.5 games back, but there's also a handful of teams that are less than that away from the playoff spot. So you got to leapfrog those clubs. Plus, you need the teams that are ahead of you occupying the spots to slip at least to a very mild extent to giving up. And even to finish 500, right? Post break, I think it's 36-30. They need to go to just finish at 500, which in some years will grab you a final wildcard spot for sure. But and this weird nature of the American League this season, it very well could. I'm still optimistic. I'm hoping that this break, even if we know the All-Star break is nothing super extensive, but when it's baseball and you're playing every day, even just a few days of inactivity and kind of getting away from it, I think can be a good mental refresh for certain players. And, call it hope. I know that's not really the business we're in of hoping on stuff, but for a guy like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to pull out of this nosedive and get back to being the much more productive, well above league average type hitter. I don't need him to come out and put up, in these final 60 plus games, 20 home runs. Like it just seems that that's not where we're at. But just getting back to being an above average hitter to start with, getting his average back up, driving in some runs, just being a productive hitter at the plate. That's what I'm kind of going for. And I think that is a catalyst that is really the driver of this team. He's obviously the superstar. He's paid like one. It kind of starts there for me.
6 home runs on the year for Vladdy.
Not ideal. But hey, 2 of them in like the past week.
That's a start.
He's heating up.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So then the counter to that is All-Star break came at the worst time. He was just starting to get going.
Some people were kind of saying that, but maybe he goes into the break feeling good and then he gets that mental refresh. Like Nick was alluding to, dealing with the back issue. Maybe that gets a little bit of a rehab. Like he goes and does physio, gets rehabilitated a little bit on the back, and maybe it's just enough to kind of give him a little oomph going into the second half of the season. I know that's a lot to ask with a back issue. I'm realistic about that, but ever the optimist, I suppose.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah, just let me take a look at those D-backs, by the way, real quick, because it's very important to me to know that my Arizona Diamondbacks are doing just fine. They're also 2.5 games back on the NL side of things of a wild card spot. Where are they at in the division? As a super fan, I should know this, right? Second in the NL West. Well behind the Dodgers. Dodgers going to be the Dodgers. Just a super team. Crushing it. We're going to go golfing with the G-Man soon. He's already ready to rock. He's watching round 2 of the Open. G-Man, what do you think? You're just loving this, eh? Yeah, your mic's on if you want to say something. Oh, yeah. Hi, Gary.
There I am.
There you are. There's you. You're there.
This is something else. 2 rounds of 62. Oh,
not bad.
Ideal conditions, really. Look at these guys go.
Yep.
I see Rory's kind of pulled things back together.
Certainly has.
Nice.
Well,
I think the highlight for me today is that Cam Tate is here.
Oh, he certainly. I saw that stare down between the two of you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you bring that up because we got Cam and Eggs next.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, G-Man, we're going to be golfing with you in the final hour of the show. Relax, enjoy the last 20 minutes before it's time for you to go to work. Time to step out for a quick break. More on the way. Cam and Eggs with Cam Tate next on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
Are you a skilled laborer? All-Star Construction wants to talk to you. A heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience, All-Star Construction wants to talk to you, too. With work in and around Edmonton for local land developers, All-Star Construction offers year-round employment. Whether it's power, gas, or telecom, developers rely on All-Star Construction to get the job done. So if you're a skilled laborer or a heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience searching for work, search All-Star Construction on Indeed.
Kickoff is coming July 17th. Elks, Lions at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It's Dog Days of Summer presented by ATCO Energy. Bring your pup and watch the game in an exclusive section. Get your tickets at goelks.com/tickets.
Need a new ride for road trips, errands, or just life on the go? Go Auto offers a massive selection with over 15,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. With over 70 locations across Western Canada, finding your next ride has never been easier. Whether it's a roomy SUV for the family, a sleek car for the open road, or a rugged truck for your weekend adventures, you'll find it here at a price you'll love. Explore thousands of vehicles today at goauto.ca.
It's the hard jobs that take know-how, expertise, and the right experience. And that's why, time and time again, GS Construction gets the call when it comes to the hard jobs. Underground projects that are genuinely difficult, like deep installs, tough ground conditions, or tight urban sites. So remember, when it's a hard job, the list gets short, and GS Construction is on it. Want to tackle the hard jobs? We're looking for experienced pipe layers and topmen. Visit gsconstruction.ca today. Thinking of growing your business? In partnership with Prairie's Can, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce is helping businesses explore new opportunities, new markets, and build connections through organized trade missions across Canada. Find the right mission for you at abchamber.ca/trade missions.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Showman for the games. Live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. The goal of every one of the thousands of hair restoration procedures I've performed is a full, natural-looking head of hair. I work directly with my patients for the consultation, the procedure, and the follow-up, so we can achieve the best results possible. When people see what we accomplish, I don't want them to think, "Wow, great hair transplant." I want them to think,
"Wow, great hair."
Go to drvanceelliott.com and contact us today.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
That's a Friday tune if I've ever heard one. Not the biggest country guy over here, admittedly, but cold beer one hand, pretty lady other hand.
We'll convert you, Tom.
Toe tap.
We'll get you yeehaw in no time.
What I thought it was a Yahoo.
No, we're out on that.
Okay,
we're out
just
on
checking.
Yahoo. We're in on yeehaw.
Okay, good. It is 9:41 in Edmonton. Beautiful day on the way. Supposed to get up to 28 degrees. Hopefully, we see you down at Commonwealth as the Elks take on the BC Lions. If you want to wear a pair or win a pair of tickets to the Elks game, text us 1-833-401-1440. All you have to text in is Elks. It goes into a certain folder and then random numbers with the correct text. Obviously, get picked for a pair of tickets. I think Vincenzo won a pair of tickets already. So we have multiple pairs that we give away on home game weeks here at Edmonton. And hopefully there's a ton of people. Some bringing their dog down to the stadium today, which I think is going to be great. I wonder how much barking we hear during the game and if it gets on the broadcast. I don't think I'll be mixing in anything dog related, but you never know. You never know. All right. It's time to get to Cam and Eggs. I have not read this one. He did not AI generate the voice for this one. And he looked over at me and said, "Hey, Tom, don't expletive up." Wish me luck, buddy. You know, get that poop eating grin off your face. Cam Tate, here we go. Cam and Eggs. Warm but direct tone, he says. Here we go. Look, I'm going to level with you here, Mr. Gregor. Uh-oh. And I want to emphasize Mr. Gregor. As my dad said, heavy on the mister. He made a very good point last week. He said, reporters, you don't pay to go to these games. You get in free. So who are you to tell folks they should be spending their hard-earned money on tickets? And you know what? He's right. There's a slippery slope there. The gall of it, and I mean gall, for someone like me, 47 years in this business since 1979, to lecture fans about attendance. That's rich. So let's see if, after more than 6,000 columns and stories, I finally get it right today. Here's what I'm seeing. The Elks are 4-1. Friday night, they could go 5-1. That matters in this league. The story isn't sentiment, it's execution. Last week against Montreal, Edmonton's offense, their O-line particularly, was listless. So that was Ottawa. You meant Ottawa, right? Yes, sir. Gives me the nod. Was listless in the first half. Loggy, goggle, as we say. 25 minutes of nothing. Can they sustain drives tonight? Can they finally run the football consistently? Can they beat BC, a team that's been competitive all season? Those are the questions that need answering, and they'll be answered tonight. The secondary story, the one I will be writing about, is the attendance. The Elks' home crowds have been anemic, small. That's a narrative. But here's the difference. Now there's actually a team worth watching, a defensive line that's been solid, an offense that's starting to click. Friday night in Edmonton, a pivotal matchup in the West. This isn't me begging you to fill seats out of charity and not an invitation, rather a source of encouragement. It's me saying, there's a big crowd tonight. I hope you're in it. Cam Tate, 1440, Cam and Eggs. Did I do you justice with that one? Yes. All right. Beautiful. And I like that, Cam. That's a good point. We're not like begging fans. We shouldn't be begging fans to go to the game. Encouragement. I think that's a better term for sure. I mean, Eddie played for the team. He remembers when 35,000 people consistently were in the seats watching what was, 2014, 2015 were really strong teams. Obviously, the 2015 team, Grey Cup champs. But yeah, I think there was a standard here in this city for so long. And obviously, I've seen some texts come in today, if they change the name back. I don't know where that stands. There's a heavy emphasis on the double E. They went back to that logo. They modernized it. You don't really see the elk logo too much these days. They re-emphasized and said it's okay to embrace the history. And now they're winning, like Cam pointed out on Cam and Eggs. So many things for tonight are pointed in the right direction. And jump in on this, boys, but I think that there's a trust that's being rebuilt now between the team and the fan base in the city. And winning goes a long way, but after 5 games, it's not going to heal all wounds.
Mm-hmm. And for me personally, I think that's where maybe a little bit of my naivete came in, where I understand they still didn't win a ton of games last year. But as the season progressed and we've seen some of their better players on both sides of the ball start to establish themselves as some of the very best in the league. And obviously Justin Rankin headlines that list. The positive strides taken by the organization, new GM, new president, obviously the new ownership with the Thompson family, and then all the way down to the coaching staff and how they execute their game plan. I thought there'd be a little more spillover into this season where there was some more optimism, some excitement.
Yeah.
And so it maybe more people chomping at the bit to see, all right, what are they going to be? And really encouraging start to the year with a couple wins and less than ideal conditions. You take down good teams in Montreal and Winnipeg. But you're right, Tom. It's going to take longer. And that's on me, where when we talk about the last week in particular, I guess just as the most recent example, where I say, why are there only 10,000 people here?
Yeah.
Like, come on, this is the number one team. But it's just going to take more time. They have to show that it's not a flash in the pan. It's not just beating teams that had bad nights or bad teams overall or poorly constructed ones like we kind of see with the Red Blacks. That this all matters. And it all needs to be included in our assessment of the direction of the organization, which seems to be in much better hands than we've seen it in years past. So it's a process. It's a trust-building exercise. as you laid out. And I'm looking forward to sitting front row to see that come back because, once again, like, I didn't grow up in Edmonton. I have no ties to this organization.
Yeah.
Whatever name was on the mantle, like so many other Edmontonians do from past generations, current generations, that they were fans and went away. They've been the long-suffering one that stuck with them through these thin years. I'm kind of coming into this pretty fresh. Basically, since starting this job, I'm like, all right, I guess it's part of my gig to now be a little more invested into the CFL and watch every game every weekend or most of them, right? You kind of catch my drift. So I'm enjoying this turnaround process very, very much. And listen, we always like to root for the comeback story. And I think that's kind of what the Elks, the Double E organization, is in the process of doing right now.
I hope it catches. And it's going to be interesting to see when they come back home after the first Saskatchewan game. Obviously, tonight will dictate how the sentiment about this team is or where it stands with the fan base in the city. Like, if they win, that's a good BC team that's off to a tough start that they would beat if they get the win, right? That sets up a big matchup against Saskatchewan in Sask next week. Two teams at the top of the West. And then the return match here on August 1st, where you get Rider fans that generally make their way to town. You get a lot of the Rider fans that live amongst us, if you will, that show up. That might be our good litmus test to where the trust is at. But, people will bring up their loyalty to the team. They'll bring up the lost generations. And then I'm curious because, like, Benny, you're almost 20 years younger than me. And you're going to the game. I know. I'm aging
He had to
myself.
date himself on that one.
I'm sorry. It was brought up the other day at KK's thing.
Yeah.
But you're going. I know you're in the sports business on the media side.
Yeah, it was a big part of my childhood too. We had season tickets growing up, Upper Bowl. They were awesome. Like I still love going out to see sporting events live, just in general. But I like going to see football, and it's high level football, as Eddie says. It's a pro league. It's not a developmental league or anything. This is a pro league, and so I love going out. Sometimes it takes some convincing for my buddies to come out with me, but like their rubber arm, it's yanked, it's pulled, it's
do you
twisted.
like a cold one?
Exactly. Like
stadium.
Yeah, and it's cheaper for drinks there than it is at Rogers, right? So
you think?
Last I checked, but yeah, like it's just fun to go and have a night out, and then on top of it, it's fun to see your team win. And the Elks right now have been doing a lot of it, so I'm amped up. I'm looking forward to it.
Harry brings up something interesting. I think it's a good point. Via the text line, says no park and ride for South Edmonton. Van Leduc Beaumont will never go. 6-time Grey Cupper, played high school with Blake Dermott. Yeah, the park and ride, I don't know where that's at. That's an initiative with the city. Maybe it just didn't become worthwhile because it wasn't being used and things had dwindled so much. Maybe that changes. I know more bars and restaurants around the city are starting to do fan buses with tickets again. It's not as robust as it once was, but at least there's signs of life. And again, this is a process like we talked about. Maybe that changes for the better in the near future. Frithy getting in there says it's just a name. People have to get over it. It's a new team and they're winning. People being so ill of change is ridiculous. And people are set in their ways. They were that name for what, 75 years, 76 years? Because they're into the early 80s now, 1949. They've been around for a long time. Man, geez, I can't even do math. But and there was an adjustment. There were things said. Like it was a time when things got bad that everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was the perfect storm of negativity. So I understand. But you see that Double E, you see those uniforms that are a throwback, a modern version of what, like the 70s and early 80s uniforms. And then the winning helps too. Steve from Drumheller says, it's obvious not about winning. The city had the Oilers throughout the decade of darkness, and that barn was never empty or not sold out. Yeah. I think it's easier to walk away and say I'm not going to Commonwealth than it would be to an Oilers game. And given what happened with the Oilers, I watched the thing on the Score about the 1998 sale of the Oilers. And I think people want to hold on to dear life for that team, and I understand it. JC, the Glazer, says LRT's free to ride. That runs to the south side, so no excuses with the park and ride thing. And there's a good counter. And Bill says they could have done something better than just closing the entire top. I know lots of people, including myself, they gave up tickets then. Yeah, and that came up recently too. And listen, I think they got down to, in the season ticket numbers, they want to get back on the up and up, obviously. A Grey Cup year usually helps because you tie in the Grey Cup tickets to the season tickets. But I think they had gone down to as low as 3,400 season seats in the upper decks. And it looked bad. It looked bad. And I know the people that had those seats loved those seats. I know a bunch of people that had them. And I don't have a defense. I just know these were the facts. There's so few left that were up there that they're just like, let's move whoever wants to stay down. And like Bill said, he gave those up because he loved those seats. I can't argue with you. I get it. Text us 1-833-401-1440. Should be a great game tonight. Weather's going to be great. Bring your dog down. Guys, do you think we have any mishaps with the dogs?
Mishaps? I don't think any that will I'm sure there'll be incidents of, listen, dogs got to go to the bathroom sometime, whether it be on the concourse or somewhere. I don't know if we'll hear about that unless maybe you're sitting in the section.
Right.
But otherwise, I'm sure that, I think they're doing the top dogs or the halftime entertainment or something like that. So it'll be good. Oh, little bark.
And another thing that pops up a lot is Knot Hole Gang. I remember the Knot Hole Gang. It's there again. They brought it back. And another thing that they're doing good to hook younger generations in, they put kids on the field after the game. You see them running around. You see the players visiting, signing autographs, tossing the football with the kids. It's awesome. And so there are some initiatives there that are kind of encouraging the grassroots and building back that trust and starting to plant the seeds with the younger generations that this is fun to go to. It's a team to get behind and one to be proud of. I know that they've lost, even guys my age started to lose some of that faith and appreciation for the game. And certainly guys in their 30s and maybe late 20s kind of are like, no thanks. And I'll blame that on fantasy football and this lust and little brother syndrome to want to love the NFL. A little bit, not a ton. I think of some of my close friends when I say that. So that's where that comes from, that sentiment. Yeah. Let's go to the rig here real quick. We got to step out for a quick break and we'll get to a sports update. But the rig says, I used to go to games years ago. We'd get a ticket from Sobeys, hop on a bus from an establishment in St. Albert. Then we'd stand along the rail in the north end zone and by the bar, of course. Wouldn't see much of the game depending on the distractions, quote unquote, and how many old junior teammates you'd run into. Is that bar still closed? I think they opened that CW's. I think they opened it back up. Steve says, ever tried to take the LRT after a football game? 5,000 people piled into that station is awful. Yes, I have. And I did it, I think, earlier this year for the preseason game. Although that preseason game, I think there was only a few thousand for it because they had to move it over to Clark Stadium. But I have, Steve. It's a process. I get it. But it happens. I've been to games at Wrigley Field. I've been to games at Yankee Stadium. I've been to games at Boston, at Fenway Park in Boston. And those transit situations suck even more than what we deal with here. So just laying it out there as a counter argument. Anyway, enough about that. We're going to go golfing with the G-Man, Gary Meyer, coming up next in the final hour on this Friday of the Tom Gazzola Show here on Sports 1440. Let's get you to an update first with Brandon, brought to you by AWS Welding Supplies in Nisku. Product sales, servicing, calibrating, and free same-day delivery of in-stock items in Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. Your one-stop shop for all things welding, awswelding.ca. Here's Brando.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
It is a game day for the Edmonton Elks. They're taking on the BC Lions for the second time in 3 weeks tonight from Commonwealth Stadium. Kickoff coming at 7 o'clock as the Green and Gold look for some retribution after their Week 5 loss, 36-24 in Kelowna. Hamilton Tiger Cats ahead of tomorrow's matchup against the Argos have listed Trey Ford as their starting quarterback. This, of course, coming on the heels of Bo Levi's Mitchell's injury a few weeks ago. Major League Baseball full slate of games returning tonight, including the Toronto Blue Jays opening a set against the White Sox on home field. Spencer Miles opening up for Toronto on a bullpen day. First pitch coming at 5:15. Catch that game right here on Sports 1440, joined in progress at the conclusion of the Jason Greger Show. Elsewhere, Boston and Tampa playing a doubleheader from Fenway, first of which getting underway just after 11:30. The Yankees host the Dodgers. Miami up against Milwaukee. Orioles are in Houston, and the Mariners hosting the Giants in the nightcap game. Edmonton Riverhawks on the road, first of 3 over the weekend in Port Angeles against the Lefties. And from the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale, round 2 well underway. Lucas Herbert and Sam Burns both turning in a score of 62 for their round that ties the lowest ever single round scored at a major championship. Herbert, by the way, leading the field 8 under par through 2 days. High Canadian at the moment. Corey Connors in T24 at 2 under par. And Nick Taylor, he's T38, 1 under +1 on the day. Coming up in hour 4 of the Tom Gazzola Show, we'll be joined by Gary Meyer, longtime golf pro, as well as Redwood Meadows head golf pro and director of golf, Kevin Black. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
No. Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is switching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
Mr. Rooter has deja vu. Mr. Rooter has deja vu.
The bathroom is right over there, Mr. Rooter.
Why, thank you, good sir. Wait, I swear I plunged this toilet before. It was clogged with a snow globe. Am I living in a time loop? Oh, good. It's just a voodoo doll that looks exactly like me. Whew, what a relief.
For a plumbing experience you'll want to relive, call Mr. Rooter.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
For all your welding supplies, think AWS Welding. Located in Nisku, their readily stocked storefront carries a wide variety of welding glasses, cylinder rentals, plus welding rod, wire, and consumables. Same-day delivery is always available. And if they don't have it, AWS Welding will find it for you fast. Visit their online store today at awswelding.ca or give them a call or text at 780-979-0470. AWS Welding. They make it happen.
Alberta, get ready. DraftKings Sportsbook and Casino is coming soon. Soon you'll be able to bet on all your favorite sports from hockey to football to soccer to basketball and more. And that's not all. You'll also have access to a premium online casino experience right from your phone. Built for Canadian fans and players, DraftKings brings sports and casino entertainment together in one easy-to-use app. From the biggest matchups in sports to your favorite casino games, all the action is right at your fingertips. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can enjoy the action with confidence. Get ready, Alberta. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook and Casino app today and be set for launch when DraftKings goes live in Alberta. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 866-332-2322. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 or over. Physically present in Alberta. Eligibility restrictions apply. See sportsbook.draftkings.com and casino.draftkings.com for details. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Final hour of the Tom Gazzola Show here on Sports 1440. Of course, brought to you by Bet365. Canada just hit the biggest home run of the summer. Bet365 is available in Alberta and here to stay. Download the app. Must be 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. Text us 1-833-401-1440. And you got Tom Gazzola. You got Gary Meyer, you got Brandon Douglas, you got Josh Fenwick, and last but certainly not least, Cam Tate in studio to round things out. And we're going to go golfing with the G-Man, brought to you by the CCT Country Club Tour. And we got to the bottom of the mystery of the 4-pass. Right, Brando? Which courses are available?
We did. We got to the bottom.
Let's let everyone know.
As we do every Friday, we'll have a trivia question. I'm sure Gary's cooked up another doozy for us today. You text in. If you get it right, you'll go in the draw. And the prize available is a 4-pass. You and 3 buddies to go and play 18 at one of Whitetail Crossing, Goose Hummock, Red Tail Landing, or Montgomery Glen.
Oh, great courses.
Yeah.
All
nice.
really good.
I
Nice.
like Whitetail.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there, isn't
I
it?
enjoy it very, very much. Red Tail, I haven't been out there in a long time. I've never played Montgomery Glen.
Oh, I got to be the golf professional there for, I did a 4-month
Who
rescue.
let that happen?
Well, their board did.
Oh, okay.
They had a bit of a problem there the one year. So they called it a rescue mission.
And success?
Well, yeah, it was actually, got on the, when I got there, the clubhouse was kind of beat up inside and carpet was not looking too good. So I thought, let's hold a fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
And, so Kathy helped me with that, and it was unbelievable. We raised just over $11,000, repainted the inside, new carpet in there, and dressed it up. I liked it. It's a beautiful spot.
You know what, Gary? It's interesting because golf we think of as expensive. Back in the day, maybe stuffy, elitist, all that. It's obviously evolved since then, but the plight of the pro at any course and the staff there, it's not an easy grind by any means.
Well, you gotta remember too, it's a seasonal thing. So they're all trying to get as many rounds in as they can.
Yeah.
The golf professionals trying to please as many people as you can. And if you're at a private club, you've got 600 members. Well, a number of them are experts because they have a lawn. And so they know everything about that. But
sure.
that's life. But it's a grind. It's a profession, and you work hard at it, and you get out of it what you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I better, before I go any further, I better say good morning to Ashley, our number 1 fan.
Okay.
Yeah, her dad's dialed in right now.
Nice.
I'm sure he's in front of the TV watching the Open. And you're talking about affordability of golf.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play Royal Borkdale, which of course is in Southport, Merseyside, which is northwest England on the Irish Sea. Little shout out for Bob Michael for the Irish. And $600 to $675 to peg it up there.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you very much. So
very affordable.
Yeah, you can either buy a car or you can go and play Royal Borkdale. But wow, yeah.
Is that more than the course at the Wynn in Vegas? Isn't that like you have to stay at the Wynn or Encore and then around there is around the same
I don't know what the Wynn is, but when Steve Wynn built Shadow Creek, which is incredible, you had to be staying at one of the properties he owned. Oh golly, Bellagio. And and you had to be staying there to play it. I got to play it a couple of times. It was also part of the MGM package.
Yes.
And a good friend of mine who's a casino host at MGM. Then he went to Caesars. He took us there, and fabulous, just fabulous. But I don't know what the win is now.
I remember reading like in low season you could get on there for like $375, but then I mentioned that on the air a couple of years ago, and someone's like, no, that doesn't happen anymore unless you catch like a sweetheart deal somehow.
Yeah.
Shadow Creek is in North Vegas. Yeah. Okay. So, and the Wynn's course is right behind the strip, behind the Wynn and all that. So, yeah, I'd like to but it would have to be perfect conditions. Go with the right people. I like Las Vegas.
Yeah. Well, plus you have won the mega bucks.
You win the mega bucks, obviously.
Be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Win that you don't care how much it costs.
That's a great point. You get a host that kind of makes the accoutrement, I'm using that for the second time, a little bit better for you.
Yeah, he'd light it up. When they built Shadow Creek, he had Steve Wynn had all kind of exotic birds and stuff out there, lots of pheasants and ducks and geese, and he had wallabies and
oh wow.
Yeah. And what ended up happening is guys started to hit the wallabies, and it wasn't.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, those and the peacocks, because they're kind of slow strutters. Anyway,
Sure.
they took those out, and the other ones are still there. But yeah, it's not good when you kill a wallaby, and I don't think you get any prizes for that.
Yeah, that's a tough go.
Out there.
Okay, so we're comparing prices. If you want to get out to Royal Birkdale for a quick round, a nice cool $650.
Yeah, between $6 and $675.
Oh, there we go. But what have you seen so far through almost 2 rounds that you really like at Royal Birkdale, and the Open?
Well, I like the fact that Rory's kind of got it back together. He's rolling. Yeah. He just, you know what? He had some putts in there that he didn't even hit the hole. And when he finally made that long birdie putt, I thought the reaction was about right. Oh yeah, so that one goes in. But it looks like he's got it a little better in hand.
Yep.
I see Scheifler's on the move here now too.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 Canadians that are there, both Corey Connor and Nick Taylor. So yeah, they're still in the hunt. I think they're going to predict the cut somewhere around -1, could be -2, and it could also drop back to even. But we'll see what happens.
My pick of Tom Kim is completely out the window after today.
What happened to Tom Kim?
I think he finished +3.
Oh yeah. Well,
whoopsies.
Yeah, he'll be sitting in the stands.
Tough go.
Or loading it up.
We were watching Bryson DeChambeau a little bit. They were showing him as who's making that putt? Spieth with the putt from the rough. Not bad. Sucked it back a little bit too. But DeChambeau, and the challenge with him going into the Open was, can he utilize strategy rather than just gripping and ripping it?
Yeah.
He seems to have figured it out a little bit. Have you been keeping a tab on him?
Not really. I haven't been following him that close. He's not afraid to pound it, find it, and pound it again.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get away with that here. You certainly can't at the U.S. Open. I mean, the heather here is a little easier to get a golf club through than the stuff at the U.S. Open. But and the golf course seems to be pretty receptive to the shots too. I mean, the greens. They're playing at 7,223 yards. It's one of the few golf courses where par is 70, with 34, 36.
Ooh.
And that's different. The golf course has 12 par 4s. It has 4 par 3s and 2 par 5s. So it's a little different layout out there. The back 9, of course, is a lot longer. It's just over 3,700 yards. So it's a different go out there. But that Lucas Herbert, I mean, the Aussie kid, he tees it up today. He's even par and rattles it around out there in 62 to tie the course record.
But a couple of 62s.
Yeah,
Burns as
Sam
well.
Burns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys are on the roll, which is nice. It'll be interesting. The weather's always been a factor at all the Opens, but at this point, a little different.
Yeah.
I was really surprised to see David Duval playing in it. He's going to miss the cut by the look of things, but here's a guy who a number of years ago just lit it up.
Yeah.
Shoots 59 at PGA West. He could flat out play. And then
what happened to him? Because there was a time where he was right there with Tiger, very brief and fleeting time, but
you couldn't. It seemed like you couldn't beat him. And apparently he changed his routine and started to want to put on more muscle, and it didn't pan out too good. It threw things off, and that was the only thing that I ever saw or read that was a problem. It didn't seem to be a mental thing or anything like that. It just, I guess, it becomes a mental thing after you got things going and you can't get it going again. But yeah, different for sure. But Royal Birkdale, 137 years old, the golf course is. When they first played there in 54, the fellow that won $850.
That was a lot of money back
What
then.
are you going to do with all the money? The winner this year will get $3.2 million. So they've upped it a little bit. And, that's pretty decent. And our question for the tickets or for the 4 rounds of golf is going to be who was the only player to win twice at Birkdale in the Open?
Good one. Text that in 1-833-401-1440 for a 4-pass to the CCT. And so who is the only player to win the Open twice at Royal Birkdale?
Yep.
Okay.
Royal Birkdale. Yeah.
Why do some guys, Gary, like DeChambeau, we'll use him as an example since we talked about him, struggle with link style play the way he does?
Yeah, I don't know. Whether, they say how a golf course can fit your eye, whatever. But if you go over there, if you go over there enough, you've got to realize, when you're playing the link style golf course is different. And I think what it does when you don't have a lot of trees, it really opens up your mind to the fact that I'm just going to bomb it, and sometimes that works. You look when John Daly came on, it was all about how far this guy was hitting it.
Yeah.
And, everything seemed to just be a wedge in from wherever he was. But no, over the years, the guys who've, stayed really true to their program and how they've looked at how they want to play those golf courses have always been, always rise to the top, I think.
I was reading about, North American style courses to European style courses. Listen, I know we have link style courses too, but why is there a difference in the type of courses over there where they're more link style and in North America it's more target oriented golf?
Oh, I think the topography for sure, over there. When golf started way back when, it was, basically pasture. You went out and Sam Snead said it best when he first rolled into St. Andrews by the train. As they were driving by the golf course, he said, "We pasture sheep and better properties than this." So, a lot of different thoughts there too. There's a number of golf courses over there that are very Americanized. They pour a lot of water to them and stuff like that. But these golf courses along the sea, they seem to be, they've maintained the historical presence of what they are.
I like that. I like that very much, that the history matters and you get the stories from way back when. So to me, that's important. It adds to the lore of the game for sure. Do you have a favorite going into the weekend at the Open, or are you just a Rory guy, or how do you look at this?
Well, it's Cameron Young. I love the tempo. I just love the tempo. He's got that Daryl Meyer set. Daryl had just an awesome, well, he still does. His timing was so good, and he's a little longer pause at the top, Young is, but it's the same kind of move, and gets in such great position, good shoulder turn, and I'm pulling for him. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Sam Burns is another one I'd like to see, but we all have our guys we kind of don't like in that. And if Patrick Reed fell in the ocean and somebody held him under, I wouldn't be brokenhearted. Wouldn't be brokenhearted, but that's just the way I see it.
Oh, whoops. And he falls in.
Yeah, darn.
Oh, shucks.
Here, Here, hold this rock.
We've gotten a lot of responses to the trivia question. Who is the only guy to win twice at the Open at Royal Birkdale?
Yep.
Keep those coming in, 1-833-401-1440. And I'm sorry, Dave from Stoney, although this was a good try at it, it is not Shooter McGavin.
Oh, yeah. Well, Shooter had that bad round I think it was the 2014 open when Shooter kind of shot his wad and things weren't good.
Gold jacket, green jacket. I don't give up. Expletive. I love
Yeah.
it.
Shooter McGavin.
All right. We've got Kevin Black joining us next. He's the head pro and director of golf from Redwood Meadows. Give us a little teaser on Kevin.
Kevin's a great player.
Yeah.
A very solid player. Was up here. He's been down at Redwood now, I think, just about 11 years.
Okay.
Beautiful spot. Really interested to see how things are going down there. I know the golf course it's had a few floods there. It's right on the Elbow River.
Oh, okay.
And it goes right through Bragg Creek. I mean, spectacular. People come from all over the world to see that area there.
I love it.
And it's owned by the Tsuut'ina Nation.
Okay.
Right across the road from there is the powwow grounds, and that was something else. I attended that every year when I was down there, and I just loved it. Loved the golf course, the tradition, the people. Yeah, great spot.
I am looking forward to Kevin Black joining us right after this quick break. We'll take a step out. When we return, it will be Kevin Black, head pro and director of golf over at Redwood Meadows, as we're golfing with the G-Man, brought to you by the CCT here on the Gazzola Show, presented by Bet365.
At GS Construction, people grow with the company. 50 years of experience doesn't live in a binder on a shelf. It lives in our people at every level, passed down on every site. Many of us started with a shovel in our hands and built whole careers here. The work is honest. The company's been around since 1974. So if it all sounds good to you and you want to grow with us, GS Construction is currently looking for experienced pipe layers and topmen. No shovel required. Visit gsconstruction.ca today.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country. It's time to hit the greens. Elevate your golf game with Country Club Tour Golf Academy. No matter your experience, our PGA of Canada teaching pros are here to help. Enjoy lessons year-round between our 7 CCT golf courses and 2 state-of-the-art indoor facilities. Choose the location convenient for you. We offer private lessons, group lessons, expert club fittings, and junior camps. Visit our website to learn more and get ready to take your game to the next level. Booking is easy. Go to countryclubtour.com/golf academy and schedule your lesson today.
Your all-access pass to the world of sports is Edmonton's only sports radio station.
From pre- and post-game hockey shows to in-depth analysis from your favorite commentators, the action never stops on Sports 1440.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
The world's biggest soccer tournament is here. When the match is on, you call the shots. Whether it's a parlay after working all day or a straight bet and straight to bed, Betway has what it takes for you to bet the Edmonton way. So when it's your turn to play the Edmonton way with Betway. Play responsibly. Alberta only. 18+.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
.22 on a beautiful Friday. Good morning. It's the Tom Gazzola Show on Sports 1440. If you're listening on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, maybe you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. Maybe you're on the AM dial, driving around. Maybe you're watching on X. Love it. Anywhere you take us in, maybe you're listening on the podcast version of the show later on.
Going to go to beautiful downtown Bragg Creek.
Oh.
And talk to a good friend of mine, Kevin Black. Blackie, how are things out at Redwood Meadows?
Hey, Gary, it's sunny here today for once, so
have you been
things
getting
are looking good.
Have you been getting the rain? Have you been getting the bad weather?
Not like you guys, but we've been getting it pretty good up until I guess about a week now. We've been high 20s all week, but as you know, down here we get that threat of thunderstorm every day at 4:00, and for a while it was hitting, but so far so good.
Yeah, I know that, and you know, at that elevation you can get frost any time of the year too. So it's always interesting. The weather's always a bit of a challenge up there, but what a great facility! And I just realized this is the 50th anniversary for Redwood Meadows.
We just had our 50th, celebrating 50 years tournament just this past Saturday. So full house and a good turnout. It was a great day.
Awesome. So now the golf course, you guys redid all 18 greens from 100 yards in? Is that right?
Not quite 100 yards in, but all green sites. Like if you took a 30-yard square around the edge of every green, it was flattened. So greens and greenside bunkers flattened, redesigned by Gary Browning, who's done a number of things locally or in Western Canada, Stewart Creek and Copper Point. But that was done in less than one calendar year, now about 5 years. I guess we're about 5 years on them. So they turned out great, and they probably helped us through the winter. But very good project.
Yeah, that's amazing. The golf course originally, that was Bill Newis along with Stan Leonard, and Stan Leonard had quite a history for Canada back in the day. He was a good player, but there again, you're a great player. How's your game been?
It's been a little up and down, but I think it's starting to round out. I had probably the worst putting week ever at Mickelson Invitational a couple weeks ago, but a couple better ones last week up in Edmonton. So,
how is Mickelson National? What had things settled down there as far as ownership and what was going on up there?
I don't know the details, but I think they've done a wonderful course. It's a very interesting course. You can find some probably not the same, but similar to the way the British Open is going on, or those style courses where if you hit it in the wrong spot, you're going to hate it. But if you realize there's a whole bunch of area the other side that would feed to good things, it's a big property and a good golf course. And now I think they've just gone fully private this year or last year. So it's starting to take shape. And I think that launch pad thing is going pretty hard too.
Okay. I think
it's kind of like a Top Golf.
Oh, is it? Okay.
We're getting one here, Gary.
Sorry?
At the River Cree, they're putting one in. And I think there's actually a second one somewhere else in the city that they're putting in.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
They're talking about, is there a Top?
They're talking about it.
Yeah, is there a Top Golf in Calgary?
No, so Launchpad is one at Mickelson and one at Heritage Point, and I've heard they may be looking Edmonton or I don't know if another location in Calgary, but yeah, it seems to be that stuff seems to be doing well, even the indoor golf. And I mean, going back pre-COVID, we probably didn't look at it the same way. Now they seem to be busy.
Kevin, I have a question in regard to Top Golf and Launchpad and all of that. How do you look at it? Because it's different. It's not a driving range. There's games involved. Top Golf, if anybody's been to Top Golf, maybe in Scottsdale or Vegas or anywhere else, like it's a nightclub. There's swimming pools there. There's video games. There's bars and pubs. There's groups of guys that are taking it seriously. There's bachelorette parties, girls in heels playing it. Like it could be distracting. Like, how do you view the whole Top Golf thing? And I know Launchpad is not the same, maybe not as robust as Top Golf, but how does someone like you look at that? Because it's a different type of golf. Even if you want to, it's not really golf, but it's different.
Yeah, you know what? I remember, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, sitting next to someone at a restaurant in Vegas, and they just said, "Oh, they just came from Top Golf." I asked, "Well, what does it cost?" And said, "Well, it was $100 for an hour." So the golfer in me is like, $100 to hit a bucket of balls.
Yeah.
But so that part wouldn't really appeal to me, but it does look fun hitting at targets, and my view on that kind of stuff, and especially say indoor simulators, now that we've set up a very makeshift get by one for lessons in the locker room here for the winters, like you can rip around, two of us rip around 18 holes at Pebble Beach in 45 minutes or an hour, and we can go again, and we can, I don't know, in some ways my view on that has changed completely. I can get some work done as a serious player, like try and train for speed or for distance control or something, because you have the numbers there, and I think Top Golf has some of that, but I see those things as a different night out. Like it whether it's the new bowling or go-karts or something.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, it puts a golf club in people's hands who, normally may not may not have ever done it. And, a little more exposure to the game for sure. There's no question about that. Now I
think that's what you did, right? Like Gary, back when you were a pro, and same thing, just get kids or whoever to the range and then they get hooked. But now they're actually playing a game within.
Well, back when I was a kid, we didn't have electricity, and we had to watch TV by candlelight. So, I mean, it was tough back then.
I have nothing to add to that.
Yeah, and I think we still were using the feathery golf ball. Got a perch hadn't come out yet. But now you're 11 years there, and Patty Big Plume I see is the general manager, which is fantastic. She's been there a long time. Ryan Whitney, now you're greenskeeper, and I see that you have a Peruvian chef in the clubhouse now.
That is true.
And how's that?
They make some, I think Chef Hans, and has his parents that worked at the Hotel Arts as chefs helping him, and a good crew. They make fantastic food. They've, I guess, between all the names you've mentioned now over the 12 years, now the last 3 or 4, we've stabilized, I guess, the whole operation, where there was always probably in your day here in my first years, there was a contractor kitchen. And so it was up and down, had its good and bad, but they would turn over every couple of years. So I think now there's some consistency, and they do some wonderful food too. So
that's helps. Great. We had stolen the chef from Pritis. His name was Lloyd Frank, and this guy was on the Canadian culinary team, and they went to Germany and won gold.
Isn't Pritis an uppity course too?
Well, it's private.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say. Would you say they're uppity over there, Kev?
Well, no. No, they're.
Are you sure?
They're not the Mayfair or the Country Club, but they're they're BR. Yeah, it's a big 36-hole beautiful facility, but I don't think they're the uppity one.
No.
In town.
Okay. Well, the uppity is probably the Calgary Country Club, just because of the history and and trying to get in there. When they don't take Jane and Gil's money right away, that they're uppity. So
you guys know better than me. I just heard of Pritis. I haven't golfed in Calgary at all.
No, it's spectacular up in there. It's south of Redwood Meadows on 22X, isn't it?
Okay.
22X?
22,
yeah.
What
did I want to ask you? Oh, so tournament-wise, what's coming up for you?
Now we get busy. So, here working, we have our Sutena Classic, the big First Nations event, one of the biggest ones in North America, in a couple weeks. But then after that, we've got a couple PGA of Alberta, one up in Edmonton, and then the Canadian PGA Championship hits Kimberley, so it's coming west that following week, early August. Alberta Open is at Pritis, which we just talked about, and our PGA Championship. I'm going to go on a bit of a run in August, but it's all local, so I can work around it too.
Oh, good for you. That the big event at is that the powwow too? When the guys all roll in?
Yes,
that tournament,
rodeo, all of it. Yep, you got it.
There's some. I was the first year there. I was just amazed at some of the play. I mean, some of the native guys could really light it up, and I loved going over to the rodeo grounds and for the powwow. It was a real cultural experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the second year the horses got out, and they thought that the best place for them to go was onto the golf course. So. Wow. And unfortunately, the guys that woke up early knew nothing about the golf course or golf, and they were chasing the horses, instead of just going out and taking your time and just pushing them, and ran them across a couple of the greens, down through the driving range, and then back over the highway. But
how much damage, if any?
Well, no, I don't know. It was minimal, but it's something to see them thundering across some of the greens there and the stuff flying. But it was always an adventure there. I loved it there. The only traffic I had, because I lived actually right up against Kananaskis country, I'd get up in the morning and drive, and it would be bears, elk, moose, deer, coyotes, wolves, everything there. I think only saw 6 or 7 Sasquatch when I was there. So
you didn't have your stealth on you either.
Family of bears.
Yeah.
You got a family out there?
We have a family out there. Running around. They were everywhere yesterday. There were calls on 2, the parking lot, 14 something. But not a few years ago, something you probably never saw, because Jerry Simon, who was the first superintendent, never, or the second one, never saw it. We had 2 buffalo or bison on the course.
Really? Oh, that's right. Because there's some on the other side of the river. Yeah, well,
that's where they came from.
Yeah, and they're wild. And those aren't. I mean, they weren't kept in anywhere. I forget when they put them out there. Anyway, but Jerry's a good guy. He was a really good guy. And I think he played cross-handed, didn't he?
Still does.
He still does, eh?
Still pretty good.
Yeah. His daughter worked for us there too, and she was a barrel racer. So family of athletes for sure. But I just love the area that with the river going through there. Is the Steak Pit still in Bragg Creek?
I don't think so. Now I don't know.
It was a great spot. I used to take the staff there at the end of the year, and I'd say, listen, if I pissed you off, make up for it here. And there was a couple of kids in the back shop that really made up for it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. They had the steaks and the, 2 of those, 4 of those, 6 of those. Give me some of those naked lady teas, doing it all. But no, it's such a great environment. I mean, go outside and spend, 15 minutes outside, and your whole world changes.
Yeah.
Now, what about the clubhouse? Has that changed at all?
Now, what were your years here? Were you late 80s?
No, I was early 90s. So
early 90s?
Yeah, 90.
So you had the tournament side on, right? Like the banquet hall above the locker rooms, was that extension would have been there. So we're still working in that building. We're just completing a kitchen extension out the other side at the back, kind of like where the cart pen side is, to help with tournament prep, all that stuff. It's not as much for the members, more for work.
Right.
So it is still the same building, but in that greens renovation, we were able to squeeze in redoing the driveway, the parking lot, and so we're updating as we go. But yeah, it's kind of a neat looking building though, for those who haven't seen it though.
No, it sure is. The is club storage still on the back of the building?
Yep.
Okay, that was the one issue when people were stealing golf clubs. It was a perfect setup if you were stealing clubs, because
who does that?
Well,
don't advertise that.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Everyone's laughing in the studio.
Well, now at least all it's people from Edmonton that are coming down there stealing clubs.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. I don't care what golf course you're at. If you're paying attention, you can sneak into most any golf course and walk out of there with a set or 2, just watch the guys go into the clubhouse. And next thing you know, somebody's picked up the bag and nobody's paying attention to that. Wander out and
that's so disappointing.
Well, it is, but it happens. I think I might take it up professionally, actually.
Oh, boy.
I've got to increase my insurance right after this call now.
Right? Yeah.
Way to go, Gary.
Wow.
Plant seeds.
Well, I got, and I asked you this when we were talking, your office upstairs, there's a set of bars on the windows. I don't know how skinny the kid was that broke in that night, but how he got through there is beyond me. He got in and got into the safe. Is that still the same up top there, Blackie?
Well, now they took over that office. That was taken over when the new current kitchen team came in, did a little reno up there, and that's their offices. But I think Walker, in his time, put in the storm doors that go over all the windows and doors here.
Oh. Roll
down shutters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
those are still going. So that's been good for me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it was, and it wasn't, people from the band. It was the kids from the neighborhood there at Redwood Meadows. It's a beautiful, the community of Redwood Meadows is beautiful. The homes and everything in there. It's spectacular.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Their outdoor rink has a real Zamboni, and it's a neat spot.
Legit. All right, we've got Kevin Black with us, head pro and director of golf at Redwood Meadows. Okay, here's my question for you, Kevin. If there's someone that's looking to do a golf trip, maybe they don't want to go down south to the U.S. or to BC, they want to keep it in Alberta, keep it here at home, and they're curious about Redwood Meadows, what would you tell them for first timers? What kind of things do they need to know?
Well, this one depends. We are accommodating to these golf trips. Sometimes there are certain days we have leagues and members and stuff that we prioritize, but we'd love to have some people. It is a fantastic, straight in front of you golf course with some views of the mountains, but not in the mountains, not in the town. Gary will tell you, when you're on the 13th hole, the only thing you see is the 13th hole in the river. There's no 14 or 15 going beside you. You forget the word 4 here because you cannot actually get to another hole unless it's the group in front or behind you. So it's when there is some houses tucked into the trees, not really imposing on the front 9. On the back 9, you're in your own world. So this tends to be a spot that people will hit, say, on the Friday of a trip to Banff or, the Sunday coming back, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this direction now, forget the prices of the mountains or Canmore or something, because you can kind of work your way. Central Alberta is still fantastic, and Sundre golf courses, two of them
been out there
working down. Yeah. Wolf is coming back, which is great news. It's getting in shape again, and even heading down. Heard amazing reviews. Gary Browning also did this one, the redo of Crow's Nest Pass.
Ah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's supposed to be amazing. So there's some options, and Redwood would be one of them, that are not exactly what you're thinking, or the obvious choices and the Fairmont pricing.
Yeah.
So,
and no, if it's a bargain at $110 to play Redwood. I mean, you go into Banff, you're paying $490, $500 to peg it up there. But I mean, do yourself a favor. If you're down that way, go over to Redwood Meadows, because like Blackie said, this golf course is phenomenal. And I think there's 7 holes with water, and that water's crystal clear. It is just, that mountain water. It's beautiful. It really is a spectacular layout, and such a great property. You're a lucky man, Kev. You're a lucky man.
Yeah. And
it's a pretty spot.
And then EG texts and says, "Do I hear Kevy Black on the radio?" I said, absolutely. He says, "I love it. I've known him since I was a kid, and a good friend with his dad," or your dads are good friends, is what EG is saying. So some familiarity.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Another guy that got out of prison.
Jeez, Kevin, yeah. Hey, we got to step out, but thank you so much for hopping on. Really appreciate the info on the course, and enjoy the weekend. Enjoy watching the Open as well if you can.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to the Oilers season coming up. See how this team does, but I like where it's going.
Yeah. Awesome. Two things, Kev. Say hi to Herb Crowchild for me, and to Patty. Great people.
Will do. I think she's listening.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Patty, you're doing a great job down there.
There you
Love
go.
it. Love it. And I miss puddles.
Kevin Blackhead, pro and director of golf over at Redwood Meadows. Awesome stuff from him. Awesome stuff from the G-Man. We're going to be back to wrap. We're going to give away those the 4-pass to the CCT. A lot of right answers in the inbox. It's been a fun show. And one final segment coming up right here on Sports 1440.
Diamond Rides is one of Alberta's premier specialty charter companies. With our luxury motor coaches, we provide our customers with the safest and most reliable ground transportation services. Our seatbelt equipped, top-of-the-line motor coaches have become the preferred carrier for many local sports teams, tours, corporate outings, and other various travel needs across Western Canada. For more information and to request a quote, contact sales at 877-748-0991 or visit silentrides.ca.
Want home ice advantage for your window coverings? Novo Blinds provides factory direct pricing and the fastest turnaround in the city for homeowners, builders, and commercial projects. Book a free in-home consultation at novoblinds.ca.
It's cone season at McDonald's, which means vanilla cones are $1 each plus tax in the McDonald's app all summer long. Soft, creamy, and crunchy. For just $1 each plus tax exclusively in the McDonald's app. App download and registration required at participating McDonald's in Canada.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
Hey, Alberta. You can now get your health number and Canadian citizenship marker on your driver's license and ID card. No more flimsy paper health cards or multiple IDs to juggle. Just one card, that's it. To get yours, bring your Alberta Health Card, proof of Canadian citizenship, or other eligible documentation to the registry to renew your card. Learn more at alberta.ca/onecard. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is serious about cooling. In fact, we offer multiple ways to cool your home. So you better
call Legacy. Call Legacy.
If you're looking for traditional air conditioning, we got you.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Or ask us about a heat pump to help you heat and cool.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Cool with AC or cool with a heat pump. Cool your home with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Hey, Gary, is that your dad?
No, this is Evan, the new sales rep I hired.
Oh.
First impressions matter, but when hair loss takes over, it can feel like you're not being seen for the maverick you truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we know that hair loss is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's personal. Let's discuss all the cutting-edge options available so you can make a great impression every time.
Book a free consultation today at drvanceelliott.com.
No! Canada is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Oh, yeah, that's the Alberta National Anthem. Anytime I go on to a station out of province, I request that song. So I figured it'd be a nice way to send us off into the weekend, Gary Meyer.
Alberta boys. I was
Mhm.
just I was telling Tom off air that good friends of mine, Dan and Fran Welter, I had done an event for them at Millennium Place in Sherwood Park, about 800 people. And he invited me over to his house. He said, my best friend's son's band is going to be here. And I'm thinking, it's going to be a garage band, crash bang. Anyway, to make a long story longer, we're standing outside having a drink, and these two buses, great big Prevos, pull in. I'm looking at this. Guys are starting to get off, and I leaned over and said to the guy, "Who are these guys?" He said, "You don't know who that is?" I said, "I have no idea." Well, I'm 70 years old now. He said, "That's Nickelback."
Unreal.
Okay. So I phoned Bob Michael, a good friend of mine, and said, "What's the story with Nickelback?" He said, "They're the #1 touring band in the world right now." Holy smoke.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were great people. They're nice people. They stopped there, and because of course his dad was there. Frank. Yeah. Well, Dan's best friend is Chad Kruger's dad.
Jeez.
And so they were there, and it was different. I mean, they didn't play or anything. I did a couple of songs from my album, but
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they want to sign you? Did you get an offer?
yeah. Well, I signed a deal for just over 10 million. I just couldn't get them to sign. It was a deal.
That's amazing. Like it's good to hear guys who have made it that far to that level, the peak. When they come back home, they still treat the family and people around them the right way,
Well,
they were super.
Our listeners have heard it before, but I don't know if you have, Tom. And Gary, I can't remember if it ever came up when you were on with Carius. He said one time, and I can't remember the location, the year, whatever the case, but Kevin had basically got backstage at a show. I don't know if it was a festival or something. He was there because he's Kevin Carius and he's a bigwig, and he gets VIP everything. And he starts, chopping it up with some different people, and he's talking to this guy. And he's going on with him. He's like, "Oh, so what do you do here?" Thinking he's like a roadie or a tech or something. And he's like, "Oh, I'm the lead singer of Nickelback. I'm Chad Kroger."
Yeah.
And Kevin said, like, "Oh, wow, isn't that something?"
KK's blissfully unaware,
completely oblivious to further the point. So it's like Gary's story, except he's saying it to the guy's face.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, you're a pretty big deal," then I guess something. And then further to the point that Chad's such a nice guy that he just carries on with the conversation, doesn't take any offense or anything to it, just moves along.
I could see KK being like a Jimmy Buffett guy.
You think?
I mean, you see his shirts.
Yeah. A friend of ours joined the Royal Mayfair. His name was Bob Beverly. He's living in Palm Springs now, but he came down to the golf course one day and was looking for a game, and the golf professional sent him out with these two guys. And so they're out playing, and he says to the one guy, "So what do you do?" He said, "Well, I'm a manager." "Oh, that's what. Who do you manage?" He said, "Well, I manage George." "Oh, okay." So they're, I don't know, 6 or 7 holes out, and he said, "George," he said, "what do you do?" He said, "I'm a singer." He goes, "Oh, okay. You any good?" He says, "Well, some people kind of like me." And okay, so anyway, they finish the round, and these guys pack up and go, and golf professionals out right away says, How was that? He said, "What?" "Well, playing with them." I said, "Well, fine. Why?" He said, "Do you know who that is?" George. He said, "No." "George." He said, Yeah, George Strait.
Jeez.
Yeah. "Are you any good?"
Maybe. Think so.
Yeah.
People seem to like me.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's been a fun show.
It has.
Gary,
I love talking to the guys down in Calgary to see what's going on.
You have a connection with them, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Honestly.
A lot of great people down there, for sure. And you know what? Being that close to the mountains, and things get stressed up, boy. You just walked outside. It was fabulous. Beautiful part of the world. Yeah, just beautiful down there.
Gary, we have to give away those passes. Did we find a winner? Because
lots of right answers. So
yes.
Gary, maybe just for clarity and finality, you want to rehash the question once more, and then maybe reveal our answer.
Sure. Well, the Open's been held at Royal Birkdale. This is the 11th time for the Open Championship to be held there. And there's one player who has won there twice. He won in 1954 and he won in 1965.
Oh, wow.
And we said that he won $850 the first year in 54.
Cha-ching.
So the name of the person is, go ahead, Tom.
Peter Thompson.
That's right.
This is one I actually knew the answer to.
Really? That's good.
And not because I'm intelligent, is because I heard it on I was listening to a preview for this week when I was, gearing up about where I was going to place some of my bets down and make my selection for our majors Castle, Szechuan Castle picks.
Yes.
And because I think it was Peter Thompson won his first and last major championships, both at Royal Birkdale.
That's right. He won the Open 5 times.
Yeah.
Damn.
5 times. And he's an Aussie on top of it all. How's that?
There's a connection there.
Yeah. We'll start with some,
They're in the Commonwealth.
Some shrimp on the bobby.
Throw another one on there.
Plus the great couple of tease round, obviously by Aussie Lucas Herbert. So
That's
another
right.
good tie in there for
See
you.
how it all ties in.
And our winner was Doug. He's psyched. He's pumped. He's a regular texter for our Friday trivia. This is the first time he's got a chance to win. So, and he wanted to pass along. Loves listening to Tom and Gary. Nice. He's got to see Gary MC a couple of golf tournaments, and he said he thinks he MC'd the Nizza Pizza tournaments. In the past.
I did out at Chad.
Chad
Rumpel's place, Eagle Rock. Yeah, we used to do that for Peter Giannakopoulos.
Peter, very nice man.
Yep.
Takes care of everyone. Makes sure that they're well fed.
Yeah. Sometimes he takes care of people too well and suffers the being so generous. But nice man.
Yep.
Oh, and a shout out to Dave. Dave talked to him the other day.
Okay.
And everything else is good.
What else, G-Man? Wrap it up. We got a minute here, and then I'll close it
Well,
up.
guys, listen, the weather's good. Get out there and play. Take a baseball bat because mosquitoes are getting a little bigger. And if you can, don't be afraid. Put a saddle on them. Ride them. What the heck?
Let's go. Gary, a pleasure. I look forward to next Friday.
Awesome. All
Tremendous. Good. Golfing with the G-Man over at the CCT. Great stuff as always. Big thank you to Kevin Black as well for hopping on today. What a fun show. So much that we got to. And we covered a lot of bases. So if you're going to be down at Commonwealth tonight, maybe going to tailgate, say hello. It should be a wonderful night at the Elks versus Lions game. Don't chirp me too hard because it hurts my feelings. I'm just kidding. I don't have feelings. For Gary, for Brando, for Josh, and Cam Tate, I'm Tom saying thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Before we say goodbye, one last Sports 1440 update with Brando, brought to you by Sean Cunningham of RE/MAX Real Estate. Get the home team advantage for your next move in the Edmonton area. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, call or text Sean directly at 780-265-0165. Have a great weekend, everyone. Here's Brandon.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
It is game day for the Edmonton Elks down at Commonwealth Stadium, taking on the BC Lions tonight. 7 o'clock kickoff. Second time in 3 weeks meeting between the two clubs. Back in week 5, Lions took it 36-24 from Kelowna. Tomorrow, week 7 continuing in the CFL, including Hamilton hosting the Toronto Argonauts and the Ticats listing Trey Ford as their starting QB for the contest, replacing the injured Bo Levi Mitchell from a couple weeks ago. In the majors, full slate of games as the league rolls into its post-break schedule, including the Toronto Blue Jays at home to open a set against the White Sox. 5:15 Mountain Time scheduled. First pitch. You can catch that game right here on Sports 1440. Joined in progress at the conclusion of the Jason Greger Show. Elsewhere, Red Sox and Rays with a doubleheader from Fenway, first of which coming just after 11:30 Mountain Time. The Yankees hosting the Dodgers. Orioles are in Houston against the Astros. And in the nightcap, the Mariners taking on the San Francisco Giants. Edmonton Riverhawks road trip weekend in Port Angeles against the lefty, first of 3 going tonight. And from the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale, record tying rounds for both Lucas Herbert and Sam Burns for single round scores at a major championship. They turned in 62 on their cards. Herbert leading the field through 2 days, 8 under par. High Canadian at the moment is Corey Connors, who shot 3 under on the date to card a 2 under through 2 rounds. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is The Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKG.